episode brought to you by diabetes.
Hashtag not sponsored.
They can't fucking see it, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, they could see it.
I made sure. Oh no, you couldn't see the it was the glare. You couldn't see or couldn't actually see under the cellophane.
Oh,
Give me 5 seconds. At the 5-pound Hershey bar,
Anyway, where were you
because I
at
went to
then?
Hershey. Are you allowing the sorceress bullshit or the sorcery bullshit from Tasha's?
I don't see why I want to be loud.
Awesome.
Anyway. Yes, we have the giant Hershey's bar. Hashtag not sponsored.
You were going to give someone, or you would fucking give someone a concussion with that thing.
Want to test that theory?
Bludgeon!
Want to test that theory?
You take 2d12 chocolate.
Fucking club.
You take
2d12 chocolate
You take 2d12 chocolate damage and are now cursed with diabetes.
It's fine!
It's an improvised weapon. It's obviously a D4.
Carlos,
Oh,
no,
God.
you see, chocolate
But
is
it
a
does
type
the
of
damage
arcane
of
damage.
fucking club.
There's lightning, fire, fish, chocolate. It's
Thunder.
a
It
thing.
gets better.
It gets better under damage.
Carlos is proficient.
Anywho.
Carlos's new weapon. Just a big brick of chocolate.
Anywho,
Still does monk damage with it.
we're at, you guys don't know this, but we're actually starting about an hour later because we had a couple of characters to make after what happened last week.
I don't know why I'm even upset with one of my characters.
Yeah, just to give a quick recap. Wandering through the palace, fought some Wendigos, found Anna. She was the
Oh, I
only...
can smell the diabetes.
I can too. She was the only...
I can't. Thank God for that.
She was the only member of the party left alive, the former travel party left alive, fought some Wendigos, and Alara died.
Murked.
Marcus, I will let you have this honor because I cannot stomach that much chocolate right now. My guts actually just
Drop the knife.
swiveled a little bit.
If you cut yourself, you're cleaning it up.
Deal. We have the same knife. Now we must fight.
Want a little chunk.
It's also particularly warm today, so this chocolate is actually easier to cut than it normally would be.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
already
don't have
half
bad
like,
shit.
Fucking hell it is.
Be a man.
More so than what it would be normally.
You must be swift as the coursing river.
I am not going to continue this.
With all the strength of a raging fire.
This is Darius has the dark side of the moon.
Yes.
But you don't know.
Time is wasted.
This is our big bad.
Oh, God. Yes, our big bad is chocolate.
Alright.
It's Hershey's.
Our big bad is
It's a chocolate.
confectionery.
It's a chocolate element.
We are fighting childhood obesity.
Anyway,
I disagree. I think we're embracing it.
No, wait. It's
the
a
big
chocolate pudding.
what are the stats?
We're at my 30.
Oh, no.
Pudding.
We're in
Oh,
we're in the
God.
30-30.
Anyway,
Chocolate pudding, more like putting your head through a wall.
Putting your what through a wall?
My head.
Pudding.
I swear to God, I heard nut.
Which head? Which head?
anyway,
Dickhead.
I swear I heard nut. That's why.
Anyways,
probably had the most frozen funeral procession back to town.
Yes, there was.
And
quite cool.
as you all went your separate ways, Anna went to,
Frigid.
I guess, pay her last respects to her mom. You handed the journal that you found over to Rivertail, and that was where we had left off.
Carlos is trying not to drink himself to a stupor, and Dice is over watching, make sure he doesn't touch that bottle.
Making sure he doesn't relapse.
And Ved had reported the news to the nobles and all of that. He's been crying outside of essentially the palace for hours.
So that's what everyone's doing then.
Marcus, feel free to take this with you.
Where? Shit, I was.
I mean,
gonna
he
write this
brought
down.
it.
No,
What is
I
the,
fine, but I'm just.
He brought it through the door, therefore he brought it.
What's the conversion for this? For the leveled spells to the point, or to the how many metamagic points you
I
get?
need to remove that because I have my spell slots back.
It's like 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's in the PHP.
Yeah, we'll be done.
Yeah, just go to the sorcerer section, and it only goes up to level 5.
Yeah, I know.
Keep in mind, we each have
I know,
1 point of exhaustion,
Wow,
and
man,
Anna
that
has
smell good.
3.
Anna would have 3 now, the rest of
Yes.
you would have 1.
Alright,
Care to sniff?
but keep that in mind.
Because when you found her, she was at 2 levels of exhaustion, so
2,
now
5,
you
6,
you
7.
3 are at 1.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I marked that down.
No.
No?
Okay.
No. I'm answering this question.
Stop it.
Anyway,
Get some help.
stop it. Get some help. It's time to stop. Oh yeah, is it daytime?
You got there roughly around morning.
Okay. I know what Ved wants to do.
You read the plot hook.
Did Rivertail tell Ink Guys when Iliaster would be coming back for the pay?
I don't remember.
Because I imagine Ink Guys is beating himself up wishing that he had asked. But right now he will head to the bar where he had first met them, assuming that they will meet him in the place.
Okay. We'll get to that after Ved. What Ved was saying.
I have a bit.
Ved would like to go to the magic shop.
Okay.
This one sucks in one room. Hey, want my money back?
Knock on the door. Are you open?
You don't get a response. Make a perception check.
It's Sunday. They're closed. See that church?
Oh shit!
They're Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Not closed on Sundays.
Imagine.
God, who worships him?
Perception 21.
You peek through the window. The lights appear to be off, and then you notice the sign closed. You notice you're about an hour early.
You see Squidward stopping. Can't they see I'm trying to spoil myself?
Wow. Hiya, Squidward.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
No, and
No.
I never will.
Now, and I never will, SpongeBob.
Oh
Anyway.
no, Squidward, you've eaten so many Krabby
Anyways.
All for the memes.
So, Ved, did Ink Eyes before we all split up, did any of us give any indication as to where the rest were going?
Dice pretty much clearly. Dice probably was sent along with I'll tell Carlos, and then parted ways to the bar.
Okay. I'm just asking, would Ved have had any idea where Ink Eyes was going, or where he would be?
I was tired as fuck.
Okay. So, Ved is going to go to Ink Eye's house because well, actually, no. He'll just wait around until the place is open.
Okay.
He needs to.
Hits the select button on his controller and waits for 1 hour.
I press it.
Isn't that how
With the
you,
Oblivion desk. With the Oblivion desk.
isn't that how you killed the sniper in Metal Gear Solid 3?
Pretty much.
Anyway, what were you doing, you guys?
Yes.
Does this take into account that we've slept first, or
No.
is this right
No,
after?
we
haven't
this is pretty much
slept yet.
right after you get back to town.
Okay,
After
okay.
the
No,
march.
I'm just going back to my house and sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, Dice and Carlos are currently fighting the bottles.
Okay, I'm not going to have you actor that out because you'd basically be talking to yourself.
100%. I'm okay with this.
Redundant. Shut up. Kill the horse. All right, stop fussing.
Give me the flamer, brother. The heavy flamer.
Okay, then about an hour later, maybe about 15 minutes later, the owner comes up and sees you. He's like, "Can I help you?"
Yes, I'm waiting for you to open.
Can you give me about 45 minutes?
I can wait.
Thanks. Unlocks the door, heads in, shuts it, locks it again.
Meanwhile, the lizard's
Just sitting out there in the cold.
What are your
No, he doesn't invite him in. He just lets him stand out there.
Well, the thing to consider too is you're on a point of exhaustion. You're just sitting there just.
Cold-blooded bastard.
At the same time, he's not open yet, so he can't do it. So he can't take any
Literally what
transactions.
you did at school, Terry.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that he
Literally what you
could
did
be
at school, Terry.
kind and
Standing
just
up and
let-
falling asleep.
Oh, one time.
Just leave him out
One time.
there.
I said once.
Yeah.
That's when insomnia does.
A couple minutes later, the door opens again. Want coming out of the cold?
Yes, I would very, very much like that. Yeah.
I just can't do any business right now because I'm technically not open yet.
Okay.
I
Brings
imagine,
you in, shuts the door, locks it again.
And Ved sits on the floor and waits.
Ved just takes one step and then like a bunch of ice that's just been on his skin just cracks and falls off of him.
No, he's hugging his tail.
Poor tail. His tail just blue and trying to fall off. So now
Back at just the very end.
It's fine, he'll grow it
Very
back.
I'm pretty sure no.
Most lizards don't work that way.
It's just that a few freaks do.
Yes. And the Namekians.
You're a freak!
As he's getting everything prepped, you do get the sound of a coffee pot going off. About 10 minutes later, he brings you out a cup.
Caffeine.
The sound of a percolator.
That is the most heavenly sound you can wake up to, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just like percolators taste like, or percolating coffee tastes like shit because by the nature of it, you have to burn the coffee.
Yes.
So yeah, he brings you a cup of coffee.
Thanks. And he whisks it out of using shape water, whisks it out of the cup and leaves it into the air. I like to let it air cool before I consume it. And he's just constantly.
He just puts the cup down.
You just form it into an incredibly thin sheet, so it has a lot of surface area.
Exactly.
For a second, I thought you were going to say I use shape water to lift it out of the cup and suck it down out of the air.
No, just Mobius strip.
Just
Like
goes
it has
down.
one surface.
I turn it into a. I turn it into a plane that is one molecule thick.
You make it one-dimensional.
No.
The thing is, he does that. If he were to then like whip it at something, and only kept its shape, it would just be one molecule thick. It would just
Atomically thick.
Anyway, as you're doing that, he's setting up some rats, getting everything ready.
Rats.
About I forget what time I said it was you guys got back, so we'll say it's about close to 9 a.m. now.
6 in the morning.
He just kind of like snaps his fingers and the lights come on, goes over, flips the sign open, unlocks the door. Alright, officially open for business. What can I do for you?
another cup of coffee.
That's terrible.
$3.
That'll be $3.50.
So I'm
last week.
I'm part of a merry band of adventurers, as you know.
He says incredibly tiredly
Oh, I'll
and very
take a drink, you fuck.
unmerrily.
So, just so I'm sure you know that I'm part of a super elite group, and
I have over 300 confirmed kills.
I graduated from the Navy SEALs.
What the fuck you say to me?
You're fucking dead, kiddo.
I graduated from the U.S. Navy SEAls.
Anyway, hold on. And sometimes we get it into situations where we might get into the situations that we get kind of stuck in, and we may need to contact that outside help. I've been trying to learn a spell for a good while now, and I just can't seem to pick it up. But I think Alara the Wizard used to know it. He's insinuating the spell sending,
and Chopper was like, "Yes."
Would you happen to have scrolls of sending, and how much would they cost? I'd like to buy as many as I could.
Give me a minute. Heads back, you hear the sound of things being moved around, clutter being flown everywhere.
I may need to contact a friend. I may not have enough funds on my
What
person right
level
now.
is sending again? Second
Third.
or third? Third, okay.
It's on the same tier as Fireball. I mean, to be fair,
Right, except one's used for prank calls, the other's used to blow you the fuck up.
it's
One is used to instigate a prank call. The other one is used to end it. You have a bad connection!
I know you can't, but imagine the possibility. You're on the phone with someone, it's not our time. You just fucking... It's a landline. Landline. You just had a fireball through the landline.
Cartoon looking ass.
I've got some anthrax here. Snaps it into the receiver.
After a few minutes, he pokes his head out the back door, the door of the back room. How many did you say you needed?
How many you got?
2.
All of them.
I'll take your entire stock.
I'll take stock.
How much is it going to cost? And when might you be able to get some more? Because
well, I can't answer the second one right now because I honestly don't know. As for the first question,
TF2 heavy joke.
you'll be looking about 175 each.
I think I can do that right now. I might ask my merry friends if they'd be willing to.
Look, you might be gay,
pour
but
me
they
some
aren't.
more.
I'm not gay.
Gay fish?
Sir, I implore you, I am not a married man.
No. Hold on.
Okay.
Cold-blooded is the same thing. You know?
God,
I just found it. So
God damn it, dwarf.
let me set the scene. Eight guys
Dwarf.
out at the market. Someone scuffs his boots.
What the fuck did you say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class and skills.
We don't have time for this.
I don't
have time for that.
I'm going to do in the first sentence. Just
I might keep these for my personal use. Well, maybe if I need to make a call. I imagine that.
Well, you know the spell scroll's only good for one use, right? Once you use it, it fades away.
Yes. Do you think perhaps maybe the magic school, if there might be someone there who might be able to spare or sell one to me there? Or maybe I might be able to commission them to make some scrolls.
You'll have to go and ask them yourself.
Alright, okay.
That's the only time I ever have any dealings with them.
Alright.
He hands you the 350 gold.
And he hands you the 2 spell scrolls.
I'm down to 519 now.
only.
Thank you very much.
Go home, go to sleep.
Have a nice day.
Go home, go to bed. You look tired.
Have a nice hay.
Teleports out.
Yeah. You better go get some sleep.
Not really strolls out.
Dab a nice fay.
Roll a d20.
Going to kill you, Lynn. I'm going to kill you.
Play where it lands now.
You already did, fucker.
No, I killed your character.
Technically, the Wendigo did it.
Actually, technically, the Wendigo did do it.
He started
And
it.
if the Wendigo didn't die,
What did you roll?
I ensured your
No modifier, just a straight roll.
Oh, 6. The devil's number.
You're not even paying attention because you're half asleep and you slam right into a window. Door's a little to your right.
My favorite color is 7.
Oh, more peanuts for me, stewardess. Godzilla's my dad.
Godzilla is not my dad.
No, they were.
I'd be a lot bigger.
No, they were your mother.
I would be your mother.
No, but Godzilla did just fight a giant monkey.
The funny thing is, Semuanya, the god of the lizard folk, is basically a giant lizard man.
So
It's
Godzilla.
Gojira.
It is
Godzilla.
It is Godzilla.
Oh, Gojira. Anyway.
Godzilla.
Gizago.
Anyway.
Then
Yeah, I have a package here for Mr. Jizz Hargo.
It's Gizago.
Are you getting happy I showed you that now?
Anyway,
come on, Ben goes home, and
you're immediately
And
met by
recovers his
Blinky,
dog.
who is slightly bigger. He's almost full grown at this point. So that's about the size of a Rottweiler. And he's still trying to bamf onto your head. Knocks you right to the floor.
Cracked skull open like an egg. Dead.
Great timing, Blinky.
You are dead.
Timing.
He doesn't care. He just starts looking at the side of your face.
Yes, I'm glad to see you, though. I'm glad to see you, though.
The lizard is dead. Why is the lizard dead? We don't know.
Monkey. The monkey did it.
The lizard is dead. We know. Why is the lizard dead? We don't know.
Well, see if it stains.
Oh, another mystery solved.
Alright, so you go to sleep.
Ved goes to bed.
You're asleep.
After drinking coffee, he goes to bed.
Hey, it doesn't. Even if you're dead tired, coffee won't work.
Well, yes, but it can
I
keep
can
your heart rate
testify
up.
that it's false in one regard.
I can
If you bring out the death wish to have quadruple caffeine content, that's like that.
Oh, that's your fault.
Does anybody have any
That stuff will work
scrap
for
paper
anything.
by the way?
We were, I was watching this one Robin Williams special, and they were talking about
Oh, actually,
he was talking about going to the Jack Daniel's brewing plant in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I could
It's
even
like, who
use
is that?
your cardboard box.
Bumpkin, like redneck guy, and you're talking. Or,
What are you doing?
Talking.
So I rolled to see how long Dice could maintain staying awake, trying to help Carlos out before he just conked out of it. He not once, so I'm saying he really stayed awake for all of an hour after telling Carlos, and then at the bar, because, they're opening up either.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Carlos is just, you'll stay here, laddie. You've had a rough go.
Go get Cereal, come in for their shift. Is he okay? You got an early one.
Just let him sleep. He needs it. Believe me, he's had a rough night.
Okay. Yeah, that second one was Doug.
Yeah, he's watching this. Yeah, he's talking about the Jack Daniel's plant.
So you're still
And he walks in.
you're asleep, right?
Who is that? Guy, he's imitating like a guy being hung in a tree.
All I imagine is just the air.
Kentucky.
What's Anna doing?
Anna is either sleeping or grieving or both.
Or both.
Simultaneous. I imagine Cecile
Sweet dreams are
just
made of
pierced to him, just
Made of
air raid siren.
Woman indestructible, boys.
Pong.
Oh no, did you ever see The Grudge? The little ghost boy opens his mouth and it's just a caterwaul, just.
Oh no.
Press
I
X
would like
for
to
mass
introduce a character,
destruction.
if at all possible.
It'll be.
How though?
Yeah, it's a good question. How?
I walk into town.
How? Do you walk into the bar?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Sure.
Sorcerer walks into a bar.
My question for you is: did you just fall asleep right under Blinky right there on the floor? Or did you pick yourself up, go to your bedroom?
Ved would go to his bedroom, and I would like to say that the caffeine would be keeping him up, and what he is doing is I assume that the guy told him exactly what the specifics are of the sending spell. Like, he needs to know what he's going to say whenever he casts it, and so he's basically taken a
That neat scroll came with like a little extra sheet of instructions.
yes.
How to use scroll.
How to use scroll? Step 1: read.
Make sure to read it.
Step 2: point at thing you want to cast at.
If you
Only if targeted spell in parentheses.
If you cannot read, find someone who is capable of reading to read it to you.
What does it say?
It'll make more sense then.
Step 1B. Do not use toilet paper.
What?
After okay, so you're doing all that.
So essentially, he would be. He has intentions for these particular scrolls, but he would like to get some scrolls to have in the party in case we get into a situation that we might need help in.
Okay.
So he's going to be thinking about the messages that he'd like to send, and once he starts feeling sleepy, he will go to bed. I imagine it would be too terribly long though, because having essentially a death march through the cold and weeping for several hours in the early morning
I'll do it.
will put you at the end of your waking sanity.
It was basically a fucking blizzard all the way through.
Like a blizzard.
Like all the way to the city. Yes.
Yeah. Get in there.
G6, like a G6. Nah.
The worst mistake you can ever make as a spellcaster. Mixing up your fireball scrolls and your toilet paper.
What?
Catch me running with the scissors.
No,
Like a
paralyzed. You
G6,
just
like
start
a
pointing and run at him.
Pre kid slaughtering Carlos. What? Where he's basically just sweating alcohol.
Got my
worse.
nailed
No.
to the cross like
Sorry, I was looking for something. Couldn't find it.
Scroll of dysentery.
Lunging.
So,
What am I gonna do?
big
You out there.
You're sitting.
okay, settle down.
I can't.
as you two are sleeping, why don't you guys roll d20? We'll see what happens to who first.
The dice is still passed out of the bar. You want me to roll too, or?
Sure.
Okay.
And there's also Carlos.
Griffith.
I'm treating I think Carlos.
Well, this isn't a skill check or anything. This is just a general roll.
I rolled a 6 again.
Carlos is with dice, and at this moment, I try to keep Carlos
Not in the game because he retired the character.
I'm trying to keep him in the background, in the back pocket. He's still a role. I still use him for this stuff, but I try not to make him an active part anymore.
Oh, So I saw that, or I was on the way up here. I was
Anyway.
listening to a really good
16
recording
on
of
the
1. What did you get?
6 again.
What did
on
you
that
get?
Same die.
16. Wait, 1, 6, 16. What the F?
Okay. Dice, as you're there passed out.
If you're going to say about him waking up, if it's not been 8 hours, I'm going to say con check.
No. You're there passed out. No one notices you, but kind of in your head, you're replaying the scenario over and over again, trying to think, what could I have done differently? What could we have done to have prevented that?
Where did everything
Where did we fuck up?
Yeah, what if I ganked the lizard? What if I ganked the cat? What if I ganked that elf? What if I ganked this elf instead? What if I ganked this instead? What if I just ganked myself? What if I killed the lizard? What if I killed the Wendigo?
Little bit in the back of your mind saying, what if we had just killed her and left and said everybody was dead? What if we had just said, well, you're on your own and left? Well, there's just that tiny little bit, but you quickly ignore that.
Yeah, and mostly just keeps bouncing back to the idea of if only I was stronger kind of idea, I imagine. It just keeps bouncing to the thing of if I was stronger.
If only. And then you hear a sort of soft, almost motherly feminine voice creep into the back of your mind and say, if only, yes. But if onlys can only get you so far. You recognize the voice. It's the Raven Queen.
Mama.
He doesn't do the right version because the dice just spins around. Mama.
No.
Because you're at the bar, that one result, you go right onto your ass. Everyone looking like, what's wrong with you?
That's plate armor.
Alright, so
The plate armor will catch his fall.
So in head, warlock are part of the craft. Talking, which by the way, I'm a paladin who gets to talk to their god. What the fuck? The only thing better would be a cleric who could talk to their god.
They can at 10th level.
At 10th level.
And then at 20th level, they basically have like a fucking constant connection. Yeah, basically.
But anyway, yeah, you hear that voice say, if only this can only get you so far. And then it continues, you did everything you could. What happened was beyond your control.
That's not good enough.
That's not good enough.
Perhaps. But there is always the chance to try again at another time. To do better.
Right.
Don't dwell on what you can't control. You've learned that already. What you can dwell on is what you can do in the future.
I need strength.
Strength only comes from experience.
So it would seem.
So it would seem.
Get out of my dream!
Get out of my brain! I'll let her start to creep slowly in.
Oh, that reminds me, prime opportunities.
Yeah.
Since Dice is sitting here, one thing he would say as well. Did her soul at least pass safely across?
There's a silence.
There's hesitation.
And then after what seems like an eternity, when it's probably only been like maybe 15 seconds, that's the strange thing. I can't seem to notice her.
Well, the thing is,
No.
depending on her alignment, she might have gotten placed to where she needed to go.
I'm having difficulty locating her. I know she passed beyond the veil.
one of Orcus.
The silence grows heavier.
Uh-oh.
Fuck! What did you do with it?
You know, in the back of her mind, that's what she's thinking.
What did you do with it? Fuck! Why did you give it to me?
Durith, it is in our possession as of this moment.
No, it's not.
No fucking.
As far as you know, it's in the astral plane.
Yeah, that's right.
Ved put it in the bag of cold and stabbed it.
Refresh. We did away with it and scattered it to the astral plane as best we could. We removed it from our plane for now.
That weapon should never have even been in her hands.
Shouldn't have been fucking hit from the
And I
merc
was
that I
made
got.
aware of it. She seemed to have
System
recovered it with
32.
with the other companion of the group during a bout against the necromancer. And from there, Orcus does what Orcus does best.
Corrupts.
Indeed.
Do not dwell on that. I will search. There is a possibility that I may have simply missed her soul.
I'll check the records.
A lot of souls pass through the veil every day.
And I know
To be fair, the Raven Queen is chaotic evil, I believe.
No, she's not. She's pure
not.
neutral.
You sure?
She's
Yeah.
pure neutral.
Okay.
That's a weird way to place her. Like
I
true
disagree.
neutral. Well, true neutral is a hard thing to conceptualize.
The thing is, like, she is.
But philosophy is
inscrutable.
all are equal in death.
The thing is, her will is
Well, she acts like
inscrutable. Like she is
For now-
so
And
unreadable.
she
and straight.
continues. For now, Dice, rest.
Yeah.
Marius,
Yes.
please rest.
And then silence. And you're back to a dreamless sleep.
What's wrong today? You look as if you're
Vet.
ghost.
Yes.
Someone
Say what's going on.
As you're singing yourself to sleep,
No,
Drink with
he,
me.
he doesn't know this song. Sorry.
Sing with me.
Go ahead.
maybe about 30 minutes or so after you pass out on your bed, it's been a while since you've had you've had dreams in the past.
Yes.
You haven't really had many like what you used to have,
Yes.
possibly after dealing with the aboleth.
Yes, and last remotely interesting dream before then was him. He was riding on a shadow dragon, which is goddamn scary.
But this time, you're just standing in the black void. And all you hear is the echoing sound of the last words that Alara spoke to you.
Traitor, traitor, traitor,
Exactly.
traitor, traitor, traitor,
Traitor.
Exactly. That's all you hear. And I need Dream Ved, to make a wisdom saving throw.
Does he have stats? Does Dream Vet have stats?
All I can imagine right
Your
now,
stats.
all I can imagine right now, I'm going to go, that's my Japanese anime.
Oh, that's terrible.
Just like my Japanese.
And it was the character is literally like similar ordeal. I mean, he literally in his dream was literally clawing into chest, trying to stop his heart.
Kata.
3 plus 2.
Woof. Try as you might, you can't ignore it. And you end up falling to your knees and clutching your head, trying to drown out the voice. But
Scream?
it's not going.
Anywhere.
It's more.
It's in
It's
your
less
head.
like it's going through your ears and more directly into your head. And as the seconds pass, it seems to get louder and louder until it's borderline screaming at you.
It's like Chicago's in my head again.
Shut my mouth, shut my mouth.
It isn't what you think.
I know, but
It suddenly ends as you're woken up to the feeling of your Blinky kind of like paws on your chest, licking you,
I heard
and just kind of giving you a look of.
Otacon. It's just like my Japanese anime, specifically 2 girls, 1 cup. What?
No.
What?
But if you've seen a dog give a worried look, which I do, and
I have.
that's kind of look he's giving you, head's kind of tilted.
Oh?
If only you know. If only you know.
Little you know.
He just curls up next to you and lays down.
Yes, master. What do you have to say?
Ved is thinking to himself, gee, I wish I could learn this spell, because you can actually talk to animals using sending. It's expensive to do it, but you can do it. Anyway.
Give me your belt.
Yeah, that's yours.
Give me your belt.
God, wouldn't that have been beautiful ending words for her, for Lara? Give me your belt!
No, Conor McGregor, get the fuck out of here.
What?
Belt.
Give me your belt.
Give me your belt.
You die. Non sequitur thoughts. The album comes out Tuesday.
Don't you get that phone?
Never do a Slim Jim, brother. Anyway.
Pay-per-view. Do a pay-per-view.
Ruined.
Don't get
Atmosphere.
Don't forget.
Fucking ruined.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of fucking.
Don't forget to like
Don't forget Super Mario Sunshine leaves the Nintendo Switch store on April 1st.
If you're assuming I can play Animal Crossing on my Nintendo Wii U.
Anyway, let's settle down. I think the smell of the chocolate. I think the smell of the giant diabetes bar is getting to us.
I would like a bit of it.
It's for
the table. Break it off.
I'm immune to smell.
Can someone hand me a knife, Ben?
You don't
Did you want to do anything? Did you want to do anything, Ved, or?
Ved is in deep consternation right now.
You gotta flip with it.
Okay. Coming to you, guys. Because you rolled a.
Yeah, I crit failed.
Yeah, well, that roll was just to see the order.
It was not a check.
Anyway.
Oh.
It's just something that he needed in.
Yeah, like I said, just to see the order of how this went down.
Wipe the blade off.
As you're lying in your new bed for probably the first time or the second time.
Yeah, second time.
Lion.
Kind of like what I described with dice. You're also replaying the scenario in your head, but for less try to keep everyone alive scenario, more of a tactical scenario, like. Like, what if we had kept a better lookout? What if we had placed guards? That sort of thing.
How could we have done this better? Why was it so sloppy? We're lucky the way it turned out.
There were Russians.
We are very fortunate that that not more of us died.
We're very fortunate we only had one death.
I know what you meant, but we lost a part member. We were lucky.
Yes. We were only down a party member because it became like a 6v1.
I know, but it's just what?
Hey, you only lost me because it became a fucking 6v1.
Tim Allen, stop memory leak. Okay, I'm sorry.
Proceed with.
Yes.
Sorry.
But
oh Jesus!
Probably one of
That's a lot.
Another thing that Ink Eyes is thinking about is if it were to happen, like if we had lost anybody else, he'd be a lot more pissed. You know, Ink Eyes is
she was
considering. Ink Eyes is considering the situation to be very lucky, considering the way that it turned out.
Technically, your mission was a success.
Yeah. Shine get.
Yeah,
Elf get.
Yes, we got investigated the problem, and even though there was only one person to save, we did save them.
Well, we'll now cut to not Anna, but whoever your new guy is.
What's the name of this place again? I keep forgetting.
Ellesmere. That's the name of the town, anyway.
To the town of Ellesmere, what a stranger one fine day.
With many big irons.
This folks.
Grab yeehaw, chuckle fucks. Big Dick Marty cucks all of Texas. Fuck you, Oklahoma. You're next.
What the fuck? that was just. I just kept going.
All of Texas.
We're going up Tornado Alley here.
Yeah, to the town of Ellesmere rode a stranger. One fine day.
Fun day.
They had the horrible thing. Well, not so much riding, but walking.
Would they ride
themselves?
No one dared to
Oh my. No one dared to
take a slip. Because the stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip.
No,
Anyway,
Big eyes.
go on.
Big eyes.
Well, I'll leave you to react as the as NPCs and such, because I imagine there'd be a guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does your character look like?
They're moving rather oddly. It's very herky-jerky. Very kind of just willing their body to go forward more than anything. They are
Ambling.
I wouldn't describe it as ambling, per se. Because ambling implies that you're taking your dear sweet time.
Yeah. Time out.
Go on.
You're undead.
Quiet, you!
No. You're undead, what? Right?
Quiet, you! You'll find out.
In the sense that, did you come back through natural means, or this is what necromancer's doing?
Quiet, you!
That's the only answer you're going to get.
The fact of the matter is that Ved is very much like dead in the same way that this person is, because like shadow magic essentially it comes from having a shard of
having a connection to the Shadowfell,
like actually inside of you, and
that Dice can overlook that. I mean, the Raven Queen kind of did that to you.
Yes.
If you came back through a necromancer, Dice is going to want to send you right back where you came.
Well, that necromancy is heavily regulated in this world.
But you still get the point of the Dice would very much be because.
Oh yes.
Yeah, very much just necromancy here is mostly relegated to. Oh, they're dead. Here, let's just perform a quick resurrection.
I don't think.
All right, clear.
Get back.
They're covered in layers and layers of clothing. From the outside, it only looks like they're wearing a cloak with their head, with their hood put down. But it's but they have on a very long-brimmed hat. It's all in very dark clothes and kind of. But there's snow that's been caked on as they've been walking through the snow.
As you trudge through the town gate,
there's they have like a scarf pulled up over their nose and their face and such.
As you trudge towards the town gate, one of the guards on post stops you. He's like, "Are you okay?"
I think so. Yes.
It's just you're walking a little funny.
Woke up a bit stiff.
I've been there. What brings you to town?
I saw some people coming in a while back.
A lot of people come in. You're going to have to be a bit more specific.
One was carrying a corpse, I believe.
Oof. Hey, go. He turns to his buddy. Hey, go check to see if anybody came in carrying a body. The other guy runs off.
Ah, yes, court mage. Whoa.
Rip.
Bring that.
After the chat.
Comes back a little bit later. Yeah, a few people came in earlier this morning.
Yeah, Valera died.
A few people came in carrying this morning, and one of them was carrying a body. Yeah, that was about 2-3 hours ago.
Would you care to point me in the direction that they came?
That they came or where they were going?
They went. Jesus.
Stroke.
He just points down the street.
Thank you.
General that way direction.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think they live in different places. Look, if you're expecting me to give you specific addresses, not my job.
I don't know where everybody lives. Just a go.
Whereabouts.
Might I ask why you're after these particular people?
Right up Main Street.
I think they could help with my conditions.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
What the
And I go
actual fuck?
Make a perception check real quick as you go through.
My brain hurts now.
Well, that was a lot better than I thought it was.
I take 2 psychic damage from trying to read that. My brain hurts.
That's what you get.
I have crippling depression.
14.
You hear one of them whisper to his buddy.
No, wait, that's a 13.
You hear one of the guards whisper to his buddy. You sure that first one that came was walking? You sure they're not half drunk? Basically say to the buddy, you sure they're not half drunk? They certainly look like it.
While they were waiting, or like while the one guard went out to check and they were just waiting there, they were perfectly fucking still.
Alright.
Like,
Statue.
inanimate.
Anyway, you start making your way down the street.
Making your way downtown.
Passing by a few different houses. Some of the lights are just now starting to come on. It's about 9:30, so some people slept in a little bit later than normal.
I forget. Carlos's bar has a name, right?
Goliath.
Right. Thought so. Wanted to make
Goliath
sure.
Brewery, to be exact.
Okay. Wanted to make sure. Because I forgot it.
So did I, honestly.
Yeah, Goliath Brewery.
I forgot it had a name.
Because that shit's strong enough to take down a giant.
Some people are starting to come out into the streets, starting to go about their day, headed to work. Farmer market's starting to open up.
They go in the direction that they were indicated.
Alright, after a little bit, you do find your way to the farmer's market, which is now starting to pick up an activity as people are going about getting their daily fruits and veggies.
Drops a basket of fruit onto your chest and knocks you over with it. You're just crushed. Comes the fucking bar like a Jenga the puzzle.
God. Oh, crumbs, me arms fall, no.
Again.
You have to kind of like push past a couple of people. Basically, like, if you've ever walked through a convention, you have to do the convention shuffle.
Fair.
You got permit for them arms?
Well, they're attached.
Do you have a permit for them legs?
They're attached.
You have a permit for them toes?
They're attached.
Give them legs. Give them knees. Give them toes.
I kind of like them attached, thank you very much.
Is there any chance that they went through, or that they see the Carlos's bar at this time? Or, as they're going through?
We'll make this an investigation check.
They're screwed in by a Picatinny rail.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Shotgun
Modified
fired
20.
multiple fireballs.
You do see quite a crowd starting to gather around
Satan
one
breath around.
particular
Cursed
two-storied
guns.
bar. The second story looks like it may have just been added on. You still see some of like the construction tape that's just.
It's under building. Or it's under construction.
Well, no, it's not so much that it's under construction. It's just they haven't finished taking off all the construction tape yet.
Attached by
Yeah, imagine this point,
Picatinny rail.
stuff's done for months at this point.
They just have to, finish cleaning up their mess.
Yep, which also means the Carlos family should not be far from coming.
Right. So, like I said, you do see a bit of a crowd coming in and out. It's about 10:30 at this point. Some are coming in for breakfast or early lunch or whatever.
They enter.
Okay. The first thing that catches your eye is a Goliath working the bar. There's an Aarakocra actually flying around serving drinks, and a blue dragonborn passed out at the bar.
With silvery white metal armor. Just.
Out of courtesy, I said 2 stools away from the sleeping band.
I think Craig, I get to be Carlos for a little bit. What can I get you?
Peltier.
Name of the dragon?
Peltier. Something you want. Need, perhaps. A pleasure.
It'll be 3 copper.
I just set down a gold because that's the smallest denomination that they have on their person. So they hand back or some
Change.
Yeah, it's like
There you go, laddie.
yeah, it's like 9 copper. 9 silver and 7 copper.
Yep.
Pleasure. They take down their scarf, which again, they're like snow is just fucking caked onto them from the one side from the blizzard and they take down their scarf. They're blue,
WD.
like frostbitten.
I'm perception
Oh,
check.
not like
Carlos would kind of
not like Vidalkin blue.
No.
Perception check for what?
Perception check to see if Carlos would even notice this, because Carlos is kind of like he's from the bar.
Sure.
So like
18 on the roll, which by effective plus 9 would be a 28.
Well, more like
You don't often see blue people.
I've never.
So this one kind of sticks out.
So I've never seen somebody
You
frostbite.
okay there, laddie? That's some gnarly frostbite there.
Unsure. I was hoping actually to find someone to assist with this.
Well, laddie, the best person I would know sadly just passed.
Did they just come in?
Yes, they did. Just this morning.
And they left a day ago.
I actually gotta pull something up real quick.
I couldn't help myself.
Because if,
Where'd you come? Where'd you go?
I've got a sneaking suspicion. We'll call it. But go ahead, though.
They just spend a little time drinking. This is particularly strong stuff, I reckon. Because again, most mead ale stuff was
Lower.
Yeah, was made to be alcoholic enough to be clean.
Yeah, this is not a strong brew. Let's actually look back. May I ask how you knew they'd come in today there, laddie?
I saw them.
I see.
They are actually what I was looking for.
That's so. Well, if you're looking for the ones who actually came in, that would not be me.
Yes.
The ones who actually came in is currently one to your right, gesturing toward the paladin.
To the man in armor.
The other two, I don't know where, and the other one's across the street, Morden.
By the way, as you point the dice, you notice there's a little puddle of drool underneath his mouth.
Everybody hates Phil.
You drooling dragon,
One dragon.
That should have been the name of the town.
Carlos just takes one of the
drooling
rags, just
dragon.
wipes up the
We've
puddle, and
rebranded.
sticks it literally right under his fucking
That's
mouth.
actually a great name for a tavern.
No more.
We've rebranded.
Amazingly, it doesn't wake him up.
Yeah, he's out.
No, it's dragon spit.
That's a soda.
Indeed.
Gross.
It's a licorice flavored soda.
I've had it. It's like dog water.
Damn it! Now I want some.
So,
You don't.
It's not.
Look, you don't like licorice. I do.
Ugh, okay.
Same.
You sick in the head.
That I may be. But
Alright.
I am also green, so.
Yeah, if Carlos does that, just basically rags under Dice's maw, I would recommend letting him sleep. With how fast he conked out, I'm guessing they were up for over a day. Traveling back.
Understandable in that weather.
For reference, for what I'm doing here, Carlos level up to 11 because I didn't do that. I didn't know when I returned to him. So, call it a sneaky suspicion.
I'm amazed they survived. I'm amazed I did.
You see,
Survived.
as far as medical attention goes, she had one of the people that came back with her apprentice. I can ask him to refer you to someone because I do not know of our medical facilities in this town that well.
Do they have a name?
Yes. If the lizard folk are named that.
I can find him.
I can find him.
I will find him!
I was waiting for it.
Are you a local to the town?
No.
Dun 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 dun.
Might be an impressive feat to find him then without being a local.
I have friends.
Another magic user?
No, not that I know of.
Deception?
They don't know they have magic.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just clarifying.
They don't even have a casting focus.
That's a D8.
Yes. Health, hit points.
Yeah, they're rolling
Yes.
for health.
Yes.
7 plus 2, 9. Sorry, I overshot 69.
Nice.
I overshot it. I got F.
That's what you get.
I got cheated.
Sounds about right.
That's
I got
what
77.
I get. That's what I get.
Alright.
So they spend.
Yeah.
And they finish their mug and then they
That's what I
stand up.
get.
thank him for his kindness. And they just kind of listen in, trying to hear. You're trying to pick up on some of the scuttlebutt.
Okay, make a perception check. We'll get back to you two in a little bit.
Nice.
All good.
24.
You hear a few things, like you hear mention of wizard died. Oh man, that sucks. You hear things about
Oh, wizard died. Ah, shit.
yeah, pretty much. You hear things about they're batting down the hatches. Storm will be here by tonight. You hear things like people complimenting the food, the drink. There's a whole bunch of different. Yeah, can't talk. A few more people are actually not just like shit, she's dead, but more like
Oh, fuck.
more like actually like giving like small eulogies to the dead wizard about how she helped them with their own problems, healed their kids when they were sick, all that sort of stuff. So you get the sense that this wizard may have been pretty well respected around town. Back with you two after a couple hours, try as you might, we'll say that this was enough to get rid of that point of exhaustion, but you do still find yourselves waking up sometime around mid-afternoon.
So I hope the doors to the school are open.
What do you want to do?
I'm heading to the school because I need to know if there are any more scrolls of sending that can be had. Ved needs some. Because he's got a few messages to send. And the party is likely, may very well need to send messages. And that's the main reason. But he needs some for himself as well.
2 cantrips, 5 spells.
Alright.
All I got right now.
Rip.
Does take you a little bit, but you do eventually make your way to the school. Which, at this point,
Who said school isn't cool?
it's probably about
It's summer school's out.
3:30 in the afternoon, so they're
not summer,
so
it's
they're
free.
still open, but they're actually just getting ready to close for the evening.
Oh man.
So you do have a little bit of time, but not much.
Oh God! Oh man! Oh God!
Oh
man.
God! Oh man!
I slept in. Mom,
Oh God! Oh jeez! Oh God!
So I am frantically asking about if I imagine he would know the school of magic from the scroll. Like the scroll would be telling that this is a sending is a spell of the divination school or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
It was, it's basically just the spell.
Hey, can can somebody help me find a divination wizard who makes scrolls? I'm gonna need to commission some. Please, somebody help me.
You are directed to.
I'm an adventurer with money.
I have my
Give me money, give me money, give me money.
You are.
Baby needs a new pair of shoes.
You're directed to Professor Thaden's office. It's down the office to the left.
What,
Hayden.
what school is it? I don't think it's...
I had the paper somewhere with the name. I don't know what happened to it.
Sending?
Yes.
I can look.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the actual building.
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure it's divination.
It would evocation.
Oh.
So
That's fucking weird.
Avocation. Whatever.
Same thing. Direct to Professor Thaden's office. Down the hall, 3 doors down to your
Hayden
left.
Fierce.
And yes, I did say 3 doors down.
that wasn't that.
Thank you. Thanks. Call me up sometime. I'm an apprentice alchemist.
That was just a shotgun, just...
Was.
What was that noise?
He's gone.
But I'm asking you, what was that
And
noise
his
you just
goofy
made?
lizard game.
That
Turned
is,
into Gollum for a second.
that is me. That is me clearing my throat in this style of Jack's films.
Turned into Gollum for a second.
No. Yes, he has cast fly on himself so that he can travel faster.
He just levitates like a
Which
Urgency.
is only like 20 feet away.
Yes.
yeah,
He travels very fast.
but it's not like he can move with expedience.
Yes.
You better shoot it for a second and have to come back.
Some people, so
And
that
again, he's
people
only, like,
who are in
like,
his
a few
way
inches
know
up.
he means business.
Anyway,
Yes.
The thing is, he's only like floating like a few inches off the air, just
Just so that
like
he can use
I'm
his
floating.
fly speed.
so
Counts.
you get to the door
Yes. I opened the door.
and you see the professor there. He's a tall human, sort of like graying hair, tiny little like Ben Franklin glasses, just putting some books back on shelves up.
Can you bring yourself to put
you-
light a fire?
Ever heard of
Miss-
knocking?
Hello, Mr.
Cool.
Professor Thaden. Sorry. It's long story.
I'm sure it is. What can I do for you?
Mr. Thaden, I am an adventurer and I am in need of some scrolls of sending. More so my party, but I am in need of scrolls of sending. I am not a learned spellcaster such as yourself. And my master, the master alchemist, Alera, it is unfortunately no more.
You see his face kind of lower. Like, that's... I knew Alara. That's a rather heavy loss.
Yes. I was hoping that, well, if we were ever to get into a dangerous situation like we were in again, that we may be able to, be able to call for help ourselves.
Let me ask you this question first.
Sure.
What dangerous situation did you get into that stripped her from this world?
We were attacked by these creatures in the temple.
What temple?
And he,
Fucking north of here.
yes, but he doesn't necessarily have a perfect sense of direction, but him being an outlander, having the excellent geographical memory, he
A general that way
turns
direction.
and points, and it's generally in that direction, and he says there was a party that went out there investigating
Investigating some sort of magical anomalies. We went to go after them after their own sending caster stopped sending messages back to their friends back in town, and there were a bunch of creatures there eating their faces off.
Excuse me for a minute. And he actually goes behind, like, one of those wooden screens that people use for changing. And you hear...
Oh God! Oh, it was a bloody business, sir. It was.
You hear even louder...
I don't believe I've seen so much blood in a given place in my entire life.
Now you're doing this just to troll him.
It's horrible.
Oh, ham it up, Shatner.
Okay, stop!
It was.
Stop! He's doing the JonTron. Stop! What do you need?
Scrolls of sending, please. I need.
Give me a minute.
Give me money, give me money, give me
Give
money.
me a minute. Before that, he reaches under his desk, pulls out a bottle of scotch, and... Okay.
And then you remember that you
Drink?
just threw up everything you ate. Now you are drinking an empty stomach.
No, he wanted to drink it straight from the bottle. He would have pulled out a glass and then offered you a drink.
I am in mourning, sir.
Fair enough.
But it's the afternoon.
But so
5
scrolls
o'clock.
of sending.
How about here?
Yes. Because that is apparently the spell that they were using to, relay information, and
He looks through some,
If you don't have any, I would be willing to commission you, and I'm sure members of my party would be willing to help front some of the costs.
He goes over to a file cabinet, opens it up, searches through. Nothing
Opens
in
a
one
filing
drawer,
cabinet
nothing in the other
of
drawer.
scrolls.
He spends
They're
like
alphabetized. And files of holding.
It's alphabetized.
Full of paper.
It's alphabetized, but by the draconic word equivalents.
he spends a good
Sounds real.
5 minutes searching through this file cabinet. Unfortunately, I don't have any sending scrolls, so I am going to have to make it or get it commissioned.
They're stored in scrolls. They're scrolled in folders of holding. Holds 50 documents. Only looks like it's holding one.
If you, I can. How many did you need?
Because sometimes we may need to relay information about things back and forth. I am under the impression that there is a word limit for the messages.
25, yeah.
Yes. Sometimes information cannot be conveyed so concisely, or they may have questions as to our whereabouts. Or if we happen to be on another plane, it might not work, so we might need to cast it again.
Yeah, using sending on a different plane tends to not always work.
Yes.
The
So,
party you called did not answer.
I speak from experience. I once made a trip to another plane and tried to cast sending. It didn't work.
Fucking DSL.
what plane did that happen to be, by the way? It wouldn't be the Shadowfell, would it be?
Oh no, this was much worse.
Ah, the Abyss.
Not quite.
Okay. Can't think of anything worse than that.
We had to make a. It was during my own adventuring days. We had to make a quick
Right.
excursion into hell.
Oh, we've been there.
Hi, Samuel Hayden. How are you?
No, you went to the abyss.
No, Samuel Faden.
You went to the abyss. There's a difference.
Yeah, I imagine that we will have some time on our hands.
I could probably, if you come back this time, not tomorrow because we'll probably be cleaning up from the storm coming in tonight.
First of all, how much would each cost? And second of all,
my druid.
I would prefer to have perhaps maybe
druid.
6, if that's possible.
Given the circumstances, I could probably get you done.
Lose resistance. That's kind of bad. And get
I could probably do one a day, so come back in about a week and I'll have them
Lose
for
resistance. And either get shillelagh or magic
50
stone.
gold each.
Oh, that is
kind of.
Consider it a discount given the circumstances.
Thank you. We are
magic.
doing our.
Just make.
We will do our best not to run into
Yeah.
that sort of situation again.
But it
I
allows you
certainly
to
hope.
keep oxygen. And it's a spell in and of itself.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Yeah. So take shillelagh.
Which shillelagh?
Thank you.
I have a stick. It's now magic. Whack.
Well, no, the idea of like this is Carl. That I'm personally trying. Thorn Whip is my only attack spell on purpose.
Ah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Carlos is looking at this as a 9.
Thank you.
After I took resistance, we have to don't.
Would you like some of that money down if you
Druidcraft.
need like materials or stuff in order to?
It's basically
In order to
the
make
druid
clothes?
equivalent of prestidigitation.
that's generally how these things work. Half up front.
Okay.
You can make
I can
you can
front
make
that.
plants and shit like that.
Ved hands over 150 gold because he happens to have enough. So that makes it 369.
He
Ciao.
takes it, gives you a little pat on the shoulder, and good luck out there.
Thanks. Although we probably won't be adventuring for a while. Oh, that reminds me. I need to see somebody. See ya.
And he casts fly again and zooms away.
Did you drop concentration?
I would assume in order to have a conversation. Granted, it is a 10-minute concentration spell, but I don't think he would be maintaining concentration on it through a conversation with a professor.
I mean, you could will yourself.
You could will yourself to do it, but would you?
What's you guys doing?
I am going to the bar where I had first talked to Iliastris.
That would be Tom and Joe's Diner, and you see him and Rivertail sitting at the same table where you spoke with them before.
Heading right towards it.
And, you guys,
Yes.
Rivertail
Yes. The
told
best-
me what had happened.
The best place.
So you've heard.
Yes. How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm absolutely fine.
How is everyone else holding up?
Not so well.
Can't say I'm terribly surprised.
They had known her a lot longer than I had, but there was a job that needed to be done and necessary precautions taken.
And I thought she was a fuck.
Yes, well, I still extend my condolences and sympathies for the loss of your ally.
I'll pass them forward.
As I must also extend sympathies to the families of the people who were lost up there. I won't go into exact detail. I don't think they need to know that they were cannibalizing each other.
I would certainly leave that
Fucking
up.
Donner party.
Did Rivertail give you the journal that I had given him?
Yes, I flipped through it earlier.
I haven't seen anything like that in a while.
I don't think I've ever seen. I can't speak for Rivertail. No, I don't think I've ever. Even with you, I don't think I ever did. If I did, I forgot.
We haven't seen anything like that.
It's a first for me as well. They were actually up there investigating, not so much investigating, but more, I guess you would say, documenting the ancient palace from a lost civilization.
What was lost?
The ancient civilization Alcatel was lost during the war between the Aboleths and the gods.
I see. So
Yes, it's an Atlantis analog.
So what was the information you were trying to retrieve from this palace?
Mostly about culture, history, trying to,
Wow, things I fucking hate it.
I guess you would say, how do I articulate it?
What are they called?
Trying to recover lost history, if you will.
A noble cause, to be sure.
Anyway, I do believe that I still owe you some money, so, and he hands you a bag of 1,000 gold.
Thank you.
Thank you, kind sir.
Now, there is one more thing that I would like to ask of you and your surviving allies. Of course, it's entirely up to you. But first, take a week off, rest, recover, and batten down because there's supposed to be a storm coming in tonight.
Understood.
But then after that, given that you are now one of us, again, this is entirely your choice, I'd like you to visit the compound, the headquarters. If you'd like.
Well, I suppose if we're talking on another contract, it'd be a good idea to get familiar with where we could head back to in case I need to reach you.
Yes. There would be contracts in the future, of course. I'm sorry, I'm still just a little shaken up over this revelation, and he holds up the book.
I'd be, too. It was quite brutal.
I imagine. We also have to research those creatures so that way we know how to better handle them.
To see such good researchers resort to such barbaric means, it's quite unnerving to see. But there's many more where they came from, I'm sure.
Yes. But until then, like I said, take a week. I'm going to reach out to each of their families individually, and within a week, Rivertail will be along to fetch you all and take you to
Somewhere.
take you to headquarters, and we'll get you properly initiated.
Very well. I'll be here.
That's a lot of candy.
It's about this time you do eventually find your way to a little diner the sign above says Tom and Joe's.
I'll say it in the pictures.
As you head in, you do
Says eat.
get a couple. No, it's not that. It's not
I
that
know it's not that one.
ramshackle place.
I still
God,
think
it's
it's funny.
beautiful.
I still have one real quick
beautiful.
thought.
Best joke.
What time is it? Approximately?
Quarter to 4 in the afternoon.
And then Dice passed out at about 10. So that only had about 6 hours. He would not be awake.
I am not awake.
You walk in, you go past a couple of people coming out, and one of the barkeep just says, "Hey, how you doing? Take a seat. I'll be right with you."
They nod and sit where they were. They nod and sit, assuming that was more of a direction or more of a command than anything. They sit. they find a place in that direction and sit.
It's a good spell.
Yeah. Like on the floor?
No, like they find a table.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you sit on the floor, you're gonna get some weird looks.
Otherwise, they don't have more.
A few minutes later,
So much. There's so much seating space just on the floor.
That's all I can think.
How dare you?
That's all I can think right now. That is all I can think right now for the character design. That is all I can think.
That's what is that?
That is what is that? That is the main character from Xbox 360 Connecting called the Gunstringer. Actually, it's an on-rail shooter. It's actually kind of fun. I played the hell out of it.
How dare you?
But
I mean, you're not wrong, but how fucking dare you?
That
thing is,
that character looks like out of like a bowling alley animation.
kind of, yeah.
A bowling
And also
alley.
that game animation kind of is. It's
Kind of, yeah.
The entire animation, like the whole idea of the Gunstringer, it literally is like a theater show. It takes parts in acts. And you're literally a puppet on strings because you move him because to connect. You literally have to hold it like a puppeteer thing and move him with it. And
That's adorable.
it's fun. I played it and beat it for one reason. Because in the great state of 360 in which Avatar stuff mattered, if you beat the game, you got his hat, and the hat was a really nice cowboy hat with 3 bullets in the rim instead of just the normal one that Xbox Live give you. So yeah, I wanted to have it
Anyway,
bullets in the rim.
Burrito.
anyway, after a few minutes, a little half-elf waitress comes up. Good afternoon. How are you doing? What can I get for you?
What's wrong with your face?
I defer that to you, my dear.
Okay, well, if you're looking for a drink, I would like to offer. We do have a special drink. It's known as the Delayed Blast Fireball. Took about 3 months to let it sit and get prepared. We do also have a nice cold drink called the Mind Flayer, named after the monster. I'm pulling all these out of the D&D cookbook, by the way.
I know you are.
As for food, we have for an appetizer, we have glazed honey buns. They're literally bread buns covered in glazed honey.
Literal honey buns.
And our special today is seafood rice, shrimp and scallops with some rice and a diced onion.
That sounds like.
All right, I'll be sure to get that over to you. I'll get that over to you as soon as I can.
I'll put that in the fireball.
And the fireball, right on it.
And ricin.
Yes. Jim Apple.
As you're sitting there, just kind of like.
Again, if they don't need to move, they aren't. They are stone fucking still. Like, it almost looks like they fell asleep at their spot or something.
Make a perception check.
And like rigor mortis just now remembered to set in.
I imagine the waitress just looks at you like, what are you doing? Oh my god, what's wrong with your face?
Brim down.
I know, but it's just, what's wrong with your
Oh
face?
god, what's wrong?
You don't notice it. You don't notice. You're more thinking about, okay, so
Your own shit.
better try to stay warm today and
Money.
going to be going somewhere next week. Great.
Party at my place.
God, money, I'll do anything for you.
I'm assuming if this character is coming in while after the conversation, I'm not wasting any time. I'm just heading out.
She actually came in the middle of the conversation. We
Okay.
actually kind of had to rewind a little bit.
All right,
Yes.
this works.
So you are, if you want to make a perception check.
This is where we're back.
Not good. Ooh, not good.
Let's see.
Ouch.
Oh, that hurts.
You don't really hear much. You hear snippets of little conversation here and there, like things about snow, money,
Fucking cold.
snow, money, job, journal.
Fuck me, it's cold.
I have severe jockage.
So cold. My testicles turned up.
After a few minutes later, your drink. After a few minutes later, your drink comes along, and it kind of looks like Fireball whiskey, but a darker shade of red.
At least give me with that 4570 Gov.
And even from like arm's length, it has a very strong cinnamon smell.
Thank you.
And I think for that, I'm gonna have to respond to 3030.
Hey, don't teabag anyone with those.
It's about this time your conversation
No eyes
would
for
finish
you,
up.
bitch.
So you. Okay, when you leaned over, I legitimately thought there was somebody standing right here, and I was going to go, what? What?
What?
Slender Man.
No.
Len.
He came from
One cue,
arcade
one cue.
into real life.
Just.
Hey!
What?
Voice actor for Solid Snake.
David Hayden. No. Black Ops guard. Hey! Sam Fisher. Hey!
Anyway, yeah, it's about this time your conversation finishes up. You, Elias, and Rivertail go your separate ways, and you don't even have to make a perception check to notice this. You have the hat down, the face guard up, or
Scarf up, scarf up. They have their they keep their hat level, but they're looking down. Like they're looking, they're staring down at the table.
you try not to stare, but it's kind of hard to notice when somebody's just sitting there stock still.
Probably.
Their vision is motion based.
Probably a stranger that had a little too much to drink.
They stand perfectly still.
Yeah, stone.
Oh God! I have mastered the art of moving so slowly. I'm not even noticeable.
Hi, Jax.
What?
I'm just a statue. I can raise and lower my cholesterol at will.
Gimme.
Why would you want to raise your cholesterol?
No, I want.
So I
don't
can
know.
lower
Ask
it
the
again.
giant chocolate bar.
So I can lower it again.
It's such a beautiful
maxing out cholesterol.
That's a My Hero Academia quirk.
No, it's not.
I can raise and lower my cholesterol.
I can raise and lower my BMI at will.
Thing is,
It's so
that probably is some weird fan
That's
thing.
Dwight Schrute.
No, it's actually
Dwight Schrute says that to Jim.
Yours is probably one of some weird fan thing.
Probably, yes.
Anyway,
Lower and raise my cholesterol at will, Jim.
Anyway,
The meat berry. I tried.
anyway, hey guys, what are you doing after you leave the restaurant?
So
I am immediately
Like, kill
going
myself.
to
fucking dumb.
go to the
Exactly.
bar and try to look for either Dice or Ved.
Dice is pretty easy to spot. It's kind of hard to miss a Dragonborn in silver armor
Until it is 6.
slumped up against the bar.
Until like 6 p.m. He's just 6 p.m. 8 hours. He's kind of at that point, girl.
Your food comes by in about 20 minutes.
Thank you, my dear.
I'm going to try and slap Dice on the back really hard to try and wake him up. Like, not enough to hurt him, but enough to fucking try and get him up.
Roll a
Lay on hands.
d20.
I'll make a contract, see if I stay asleep.
I make a push.
Yeah, with disadvantage because you're asleep.
Yes.
Yeah, well, the goal is to stay asleep.
Yes.
I want sleep. Dice craves it.
I rolled a 7.
How much?
7.
Oh wow.
On the straight roll. Don't know if there's any.
I would be a strength
That would
check.
be.
Yeah, make it strength.
14 then.
Oh, you got me. I got a.
Yeah.
You feel this hard slap and it just and the first thing you notice when you wake up is there is a cloth stuck to your chin.
And he just.
It's like Velcro.
he leans up and he just.
It's kind of stuck to him from all the drool. But as you get over ready to fight, there's ink eyes, and ink eyes. The first thing you see is a very When he turns around, it's a very, very half drowsy blue dragonborn with a washcloth kind of stuck to his face.
Yes, but it turns it.
Calm down there, Grell Knight. I've got a request. I need you at my place.
This salty cunt.
What? One moment.
Carlos!
Yeet! Carlos just catch then back to duties.
Carlos doesn't even look, he's just
Buck's given 0.
loser.
Blows one key, catch missile.
Redirects it.
Nani?
Just
Hey, you reduce its damage down to 0 because it isn't doing any damage.
We're not going down the rabbit hole.
just toss it to a cat.
What is your request?
I need you to be at my place at sundown. We've got wages to talk about from the contract.
What time is it?
About
5 o'clock.
5:15, maybe.
10:04. Okay.
Go ahead and catch some more Z's. I'm just gonna go find Ved and tell him the same thing.
I'm up at this point. Carlos. Tea. And he just turns around.
Tea, Earl Grey,
And just-
hot.
And then the guys notice at the bar drinking tea.
Alright, I leave the bar and I search for Ved.
Okay, make an investigation check as you're looking for Ved. As Dan's over there T-posing.
Nat 20.
All 3 of us.
Oh, easy.
He's just kind of glitching out.
Easy enough. You think there's only a few places in town that Ved could be. It's either his house, Alara's place, which is obviously not going to be that one, the magic shop, the pet shop, or the magic school.
Yes, and yes.
T-posed that memory.
So he catches him on the way out.
So you decide I'll probably just head to Ved's place and wait for him, and you both actually get to your place at about the exact same time.
But that's not where Ved was heading.
Oh, where were you headed?
Ved was headed toward Alara's place because he.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Thank you.
Yes.
Actually, you didn't even need to roll that because as soon as you walk out, there's Ved at Alara's door.
Do you want to build a math lab?
No, God, no!
And you're knocking on the door, aren't you?
Yes.
Anna here's knocking at the door.
She knows the rhythm. Clearly him.
Anna looks. It opens. Opens the window and looks down.
What do you want?
Shamp. Shamp.
Just to see who's there.
There's Ved with Ink Eyes quickly with Ink Eyes approaching behind.
Unbeknownst to him, Ink Eyes is approaching pointedly.
Ved doesn't appear to notice the cat.
Closes. Shutters.
Cool. Do I see this?
You can make a perception check.
One shudders to think of what shudders lie behind.
15.
Why am I so fucking...
You see the curtains up there move. Hear the sound of the window raise, close, curtains moving.
No, can't say I'd be any different. Hey, Ved.
Hey, guys!
Yes.
Rocky! Bullwinkle.
Balboa.
Donkey!
I've gotten the payment from our journey past.
Oh.
I need you to be at my place at sundown so we can discuss how we split.
Oh, okay, sure.
Should I tell her the same?
No. Contract was to save her.
Also, I was meaning to ask you, since Carlos gave you all that.
He whispers this to you, knowing that in public you shouldn't really be talking about large sums of money.
Since Carlos gave you that large sum of money, I've been purchasing some spell scrolls of sending in case the party gets into some trouble. I've covered most of them in terms of the cost, but there's about 150 gold worth for the rest of it. Would you mind helping catch that up? Because I am now currently unemployed. And also, yes, he did.
Hadn't considered that one.
I wasn't even thinking about that. That's some good thinking, Ved.
Better fire up your resume. Hop on Indeed.
It's a fucking
What's successor?
D&D.
And
I'll give you 200
I know your
gold.
plans for.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, and the guy that I'm commissioning from, he should have them all done by the end of the week. So, yeah, or not orcs, wizards. They're stuff, making scrolls. All right, I will be at your house. Wait, do I know where your house is? I know where your house is. You showed me that, right?
Yeah, and if you forget, it's just down the way and to the left.
Just down the way.
Go down the cul-de-sac,
down the
go back
road.
out the same way that you came across the bridge, go back across the bridge, take another left.
Alright, so you're going to go that way, then make a left, then make a right, and then make 2 more lefts, and then make another right, and then make 3 more rights.
I'll know it when I see it. I'll fly out.
You were full
I'll get the bird's eye
cross-eyed.
view.
Don't forget to go into the cul-de-sac and go out the way.
Not just that. You were like
Go out.
Yeah.
You went full.
There's no other way.
It's funny how you said that after
I know.
Ink Eyes is given directions.
That's
and
funny.
I just imagine Lynn sitting there like, oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Or like that gif of the cat that just suddenly turns to the side and its eyes are all wonky.
Yeah, but half a second, Lynn with
Dramatic chipmunk.
proper cross-eyed look.
No, there's a gif of a cat just jerks its head to the side and its eyes are all wonky.
But that's
Like
perfect
Derpy
timing
Hoof
for
wonky.
these scrolls to be finished, because if we count Ashar's lucky, we might have another contract waiting for us. Some more work ahead.
Oh, excellent.
All right. I can see that you're busy, so I'll let you get on with it, and I'll see you at my place in sundown.
As you two are having this conversation, you do notice it's growing increasingly colder.
You better dress warmly, cold blood.
At this time, they're going to. I reckon they're going to do it.
You're the same.
Yeah.
With all that metal you're wearing.
Pay for the meal and
Touche.
Yeah. About how long before sunset? It's about
And at this
sometime
point,
after
I part
5.
ways.
When is sunset?
about an hour and a half yet.
Okay, about an hour out from sunset, when Dice would leave.
Okay.
And make it way over.
Make it like
So
downtown.
I assume Ink Eyes is about to leave.
Yep, I'm going right back to Tom and Joe's.
All right. Ved turns back toward the door, expecting Anna to open the door, or at least at any moment, because he saw her up at the top, and now he's waiting.
Anna's at the door. Go away! I'm not home.
They weren't really. She wasn't really sticking her head out. She was just like, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Fuck you.
That's what I'm imagining right now.
Ved knocks again.
Go away! I'm not home.
Magic missile through the window.
10.
This is a recording. Beep.
Hey, int 10 is average intelligence for a villager, so
the voice of the parents who don't love their daughter.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, lay down your weapons.
Hear the
and give
knocking
up.
again.
Rapunzel with a drug kingpin.
Anna, I know this may not be the best. It's not the best time for any of us.
he's fishing in his belongings for something as he is waiting.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Finds up hair, realize she's bald. Where'd the hair come from?
I like it, Jim.
Yeah. I don't like your cut.
Pornhub sounds.
Anyway.
Jesus Christ. Jesus over my head. A core memory.
Anyway.
What is Anna doing? Please.
Sweet and fuck all. Trying to ignore you. Well, more just we'll wait who freezes first.
I've got your baby.
The baby.
But she's inside.
Rolls dynamite under the door.
Exactly.
Yes.
The baby.
Dynamite under
The baby. Let's
Which
go.
means that by the time she finally does come out, you'll be sitting there like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining.
Hey, he's not like naked.
No, but
No, he
frozen.
has a turban on. We've concluded he has a turban.
Only a turban.
Half all for a cold installation.
Anyway, what are you doing?
Well, if it seems like he is being ignored, like he's going to be calling out a little bit.
Which clearly you are being ignored.
Yes. All right. So
Does Peltier hear this?
Make a perception check.
I'm actually going to ask would Dice notice this at the bar.
Hold on.
From the bar.
11.
I mean, how far away is the restaurant that he was in, though?
Well, he's heading out towards... Heading back towards...
It is a few blocks away, so no, you actually don't hear it. You don't even have to make a perception check because you're right across the street. You would hear it.
After seeing Dice apparently be ignored and Ink Eyes walked away, Dice would slug the last bit of his tea and walk out to go meet Ved.
Also, wasn't he heading back to the place that I was coming out of?
Yeah.
You pass each other again?
Possible.
Possibly.
Yeah, you do. You do, actually. So, you basically meet at the halfway point.
Do I recognize him from...
Roll a d20.
I certainly wouldn't recognize that.
No, you
Because
didn't.
you didn't notice
it'd
them
be
tab.
No, not a
It's a
check. Just
7.
a regular roll.
7. But also they fucking stick out. Like they're...
I think I'm the only other to that.
He's probably the only cat that you've seen in a town full of humans, half-elves, gnomes, halflings, the occasional half-orc. But he sticks out a lot.
And your first thought is he'd make a good rug.
I'm pretty sure that's everyone's thought.
yeah,
I can't be mad at that.
You'll-
I have very soft fur.
You'll make
Yeah, he sticks out a lot given they have jet black fur and matching eyes.
cat.
And I'm wearing more clothes than you think a person should... Or, like, that is an uncomfortable amount of...
And as you're walking back to the restaurant, you walk past this person who's kind of like, how did you describe it again?
They're wearing dark colors, not necessarily black, but like grays and navy blue.
Well, I meant mainly the walking, but okay.
They're working in this very herky jerky sort of motion, kind of like stop motion almost. Like it looks like they're forcing like walking doesn't come naturally to them. That they're kind of willing their body to move in this way. Imagine like a walk cycle, but you cut out like half the frames. What the fuck?
Not an accurate depiction?
I don't know what you're like. I don't know what it is.
Look at the image. Just look at the image. Don't worry about what it's from. Just the image.
It's from Follow, but I don't. No, it's not like.
Hold on, let me see.
They're wearing waistcoats.
Well, I'm saying it's a pile of clothing. Just
They're at the topmost is like a cloak.
It's like that Weezer video.
But it looks like they're dressing very warmly.
Bigfoot cosplay?
Yes.
not quite.
Almost
Coal
an
miner,
absurd amount
76.
Yes,
in layers.
It just works.
It does.
it just
It actually has gotten remarkably better since fucking.
So the first thing I think, whenever
like this is almost a gamut.
Anyway,
This guy is a walking rug.
So, as I notice you, the first thing I think is, I've never seen anyone drunk do that.
and a really large brimmed hat, like 6 inches long, at least.
So there's a lot of places. In
Like a
town.
mariachi hat.
I haven't been.
Kind of, yeah.
Hey, mister, you okay?
He stops, and again, it is stuck still as soon as he stops moving.
This bewilders me.
You don't see much above their eye, or much below their eyes, because they have like kind of like a striped scarf. I think so. Yes.
Think so? Do you need help?
Yes, actually.
Are you looking to go somewhere?
What's the tabaxi doing about these pots?
It's a funny question. I'm a long way from home, that's for sure.
Yes, I reckon.
I'm an adventurer, and so far this is where I've been staying. What are you doing
Just
here?
imagining your character wearing that hat.
Searching for answers, searching for solutions. Looking for a lizard folk.
A lizard folk.
Yes.
With the canine talking behind him.
What do you need from this lizard folk?
Answers.
Answers.
No one's in trouble.
Well,
Just
if
let
that's what your word
myself in there.
all right. Yeah, I know one. Yeah, I could take you right to him.
Thank you.
I just came from it. Just saw it like 5 minutes ago.
And your name?
The name is Ink Eyes.
Peltier.
Good to meet you.
They're fucking cold as ice.
You don't have gloves on? Question marks?
Oh no, they do, but still, they're like.
Oh yeah,
It's one of the quirks.
Is it a similar feeling to Ved?
Yes.
Is that the same? Oh.
So you just built Ved Part 2, except undead.
As I grab onto your hand,
You are playing it more true to form than I have with Fed, but yes.
when I grab your hand, at first I start shaking normally, then I feel the cold. I'm like, nice to meet you. Well, since I can't get a good look at you, I'm not going to.
Again,
It's like
best.
cold. You know, it's cold
Again,
out.
the best quirk is obviously I blinked once last week. That is undoubtedly the best quirk of the
My favorite thing is just how it's written.
Yeah, I blinked
My heart beats
once last week.
My heart beats what?
My heart beats. It scares me sometimes.
Yeah, my heart beats like once every minute or so.
It's like once a week or some shit. It scares me.
And sometimes it catches me by surprise.
Yeah. So,
Heading back towards it.
That's so good.
Alright, meanwhile,
And
while
coming
this is
in tow.
happening,
Everybody's
Dice,
coming to me, and he doesn't even know it.
yeah, meanwhile, Dice is walking up to Ved at this point. Ved, calm down there, bud. Calm down. Didn't mean to startle.
Bed.
hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
The entire town. Ved.
No. I'm guessing you're trying to get hold of her.
Not really. I need to leave something with her.
I see.
1 day probably won't be enough for her.
I mean, there is like a mailbox. Or like a
Yes.
mail slot.
There are also more intrusive ways of doing this.
Yes, there are.
Oh, no.
Yes.
You're dimension dooring into the building, aren't you?
Yes, but not while there are people around.
Shatter.
God, break down the door.
Shatter, which rhymes with scatter. This is what you say before you cast Shatter.
Scatter is its own spell, though.
And,
It's level 4.
1 day of mourning probably will not be enough for her. It is best to leave her be and let her mourn.
She called me a cunt.
That's the one thing you pick out of that conversation.
I don't deny this. When? I forget.
You opened the windows and then closed the windows and said, cunt.
No, she didn't.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You are fabricating a problem.
No.
You are fabricating this conflict.
No. You
I
said that.
don't.
You said that.
No, she
I
didn't.
don't.
Yes, you did.
Barry, check the tape.
I
Yes.
remember.
Roll
I
this
remember.
back.
Yeah, you did.
It's funny.
Don't go siding with him.
I'm okay
Under
with.
your breath.
I'm okay with.
I did not make this up. I did not make this up. I did not fabricate this.
You know what? Fuck it. She did.
It was a little whisper.
All right, fine. Retcon.
Fuck it. I don't know if it did or didn't.
Kenny, figure out Ved was right or wrong.
Anyway,
And if I didn't, Barry, fix it in post.
Just dub it in.
Pauses. Kenny. Cunt.
Yeah, just deadpan.
Old Kenny's own voice.
Yeah.
Old man.
You won't catch me saying that word.
Anyway, sorry to be throwing out this awful word. It's one of my least favorite words in the English
And
language.
yet you said it.
I was quoting her.
Hey, if the English.
You still said it. So
I did say it. Yeah.
tell me, how's the view from that glass house of yours?
Again, there's a difference between the Australian version and the
Pretty
North
good.
American version.
The only problem is you can't take shit in peace now.
Anyway.
Well, 1 day will not be enough for her.
That's one way to derail.
Then you called, then the cunt thing. That is
You
right.
fucking what?
That is rather
Anyway.
foul language to use.
yes. Anyway,
But appropriate given the circumstance.
but I think she'll come around.
And he just turns around and starts waiting around, waiting at the door.
She'll come around when hell freezes over.
I think we have a better.
Cool.
I think we have a better chance at this point.
I have a fucking headache.
I think we have a better
Do you need an ibuprofen? I brought ibuprofen.
Oh, I have painkillers in my pocket.
Because I got my coronavirus inoculation, and I thought I might have some aches and pains today, so
Great.
I brought my ibuprofen with me. Anyway,
Never leave home without it.
Don't worry. I'll be there. I'll be meeting up with you and Ink Eyes.
That
Give me a few minutes,
That
okay?
going out in the corner, I'm telling you now.
Give me a few minutes.
Oh,
That I'm a level with you.
Unos pocos minutos.
I don't know Spanish, you fuck.
he says this to you in Draconic.
Unos pocos minutos, por favor.
Her coming out of the house tonight, I think we have a better chance of the Raven Queen opening up the gates of the underworld and letting all the dead roam free willingly.
Speaking of, hey, Ved.
hey!
Before he can say the fuck.
Yeah, it's about this point. Ink Eye shows up with another companion on his tail.
Well,
Again, as soon as they stop, or as soon as he comes to a stop, I stop, and I am rock still.
Yeah, and Dice just sees it and just
I don't necessarily call out to you, but you can hear my
You
voice
sense
distinctly saying,
What?
Okay, so this is
I
the
feel
lizard
like
folk that
that's
you're
fine,
looking
yeah.
for. I'm heading out.
Well, isn't
Look at
this
this
just
thing.
a party? Isn't this just a party?
He's making an insight check for undead.
He's a paladin.
You chose being. I'll warn you now.
Oh, I know.
Detect
you chose being undead with a paladin in the party who's worshiping.
Is he really undead, or is he just in that twilight zone of between life and death? like
They
Ved
fell
is?
asleep. They fell
What was
asleep.
it?
Hey, Dan, can you tell me what that roll is?
That's a 20.
A natural 20.
Yes.
Hypocrite.
Explain yourself.
Uh-oh.
So, are you undead?
Yes, they are undead.
I haven't even taken 2 steps away.
So Dice just locks eyes and goes, where and who resurrected you, foul scum?
I hear this, I'm like,
beg your pardon.
what the fuck?
You're undead. What necromancer brought you back?
Wow, that's quite the accusation there.
To my knowledge, none.
But it is right. Then in response to him,
To my knowledge, none.
I didn't know undead could speak.
then you are unknowingly undead.
Scratching my head.
Guess so.
Well, I know now. Thanks, asshole.
And I'm Ved.
Ved.
Yes.
Shut up.
I'm Ved. Ved. It rhymes.
Ved.
Bad
Guys,
Shut
with a
up.
bucket on his head.
Ved.
The bucket goes.
Making stances on unnatural undead.
Yes.
You know what this means.
Oh yeah, you're a paladin. I forgot about that.
I'm still sort of
Oh, yeah,
confused, just
yeah.
There's
looking
nothing
off to the
personal
side,
against
wondering.
you, friend.
Nothing personnel, kid.
But I do have an oath to uphold.
Hey, I'm basically not completely alive myself, you know.
Firm difference between giving a blessing and being returned against the natural order without consent.
Look, all I know is that I woke up this way.
Where were you when you woke up?
I'm not lying. I'm just
Okay.
kind of.
Okay, I know.
How to phrase this.
I'm
Especially if your character doesn't know where they woke up.
I'm going to assume you're not lying. If you do lie, say something so I
Yeah,
can
I'll
roll
say
against.
it's deception, or like I'll do a deception check or whatever.
Yeah.
Perhaps we better have a sit down. Oh, that's nice.
Quite.
And I go into the bar.
An undead and a paladin walk into a bar.
One walks out, the other one comes out in pieces.
Once Dice walks in and he catches Carlos's eye, he just kind of shoots him a glare and
Extremely danger.
just shoots Carlos glare of just risky fellow. Keep on
Watch
guard.
it. Sus.
And Carlos just nods.
Is Inkai's going to follow them? Because you brought...
Yeah, I wasn't even like 2 steps away and all this happened, and I turned around and I was like, what the hell's going on? But
You brought an undead into a paladin. How could you do this?
but as you're...
Yes, he did know that.
Okay, I need
As
to
you're-
check one thing as a
As you're doing this...
I don't know that they're undead, so I put a hand on your shoulder and I'm like, whoa, how do you know this person's even undead?
And the paladin in making an oath to the Raven Queen. It is both a
Vibe check.
It is both a job of mine and a requirement of mine to both know the undead and to return them to the natural order of things.
Yes, how sacred, how holy.
So you're gonna kill him?
Not necessarily kill, more...
No, not kill, sir.
Or-
Only maim.
I'm not going to kill them. It's more of a... I'm returning their soul back to the afterlife. Resurrection is possible, but only through the Raven Queen's consent. Any other is, in my eyes, you could say, sacrilegious.
Well, you're not going in that bar by yourself. I'm gonna stick around just to make sure things don't get messy if you decide to do whatever you need to do.
That is fine, but you know as well as I do, even if you don't go in there, I won't be alone.
Perfect time.
You guys are insane. Anyway, I'm gonna wait for Anna to come.
You guys are insane. I'm gonna do my own
The only reason I'm
insanity.
not staying with you is because I know Anna hates me. Well, that would be
it's not going to help Ved's case if he is...
Pretty good assumption.
Yeah, and guys ain't that
Good
dumb.
assumption.
And he's got a intelligence of 15. He's not that dumb.
But I'm checking mechanic shit. because-
Ved knocks again.
Look, I'ma just leave this.
If Anna manages to even hear this from... Actually, you know what?
I mean, you're probably being loud enough.
Yes, but out in the street, just yelling at somebody from who's within their own house, like that's not something that
People walk past, bro, you're being a creeper.
Yes, with a guy with as much charisma and a knowledge of social graces as Ved, he would know that that is the socially unacceptable thing to do.
But also, there's no, or like, one, you're known to be with these people. You're associated with them, and this is a normal place for Ved to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be.
Like,
I wouldn't
he's
say
not like shaking on the door saying, "Let me in, let me in."
And two,
Yeah.
you
You're
have
not
your own
making
little
a
quirks. People are kind of used to it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it would occur to you that, like, you know, if the context were any different, this would be fucking weird. But
Ved finds
So I just had a realization, by the way.
What?
So next level we get on Throne and Paladin, not Warlock, for one reason. Next level Paladin. I get my next round of Paladin spells for my Oath. Oath of Redemption Paladin gains counter spell for free. I forgot about that fact. In detail.
Stupid.
Indeed. Quite.
Counter.
so they sat down, and again they kind of furl their cloak around them and sit down, like they're using it as like a blanket to keep warm, and they sit down, and again as soon as they sit down they're stock still.
Yes. So
I can't help but imagine you guys kind of sitting next to you and going in front of your face.
yeah, so Dice sits down across, and he manages to just catch the Aarakocra, and just kind of just one Earl Grey, and you.
Nothing.
That'll be it.
We're all great coming up, and Sirius literally flies off.
Yo, guys, check it out. You weren't kidding.
Have you been helped? Looking stock still looking at
Yeah.
dice, but have you
If
been
you
helped?
keep your hand out of my face before you lose it.
Yes.
So, where did you wake up and how?
You have a bucket on your head.
I now have a bucket for a head. Tragic. And thing is, it sits on top of the hat.
Well, no. It's Skyrim. Do it. We're all hidden now. You can't say anything with the bucket on your head. Now we steal all your shit.
Fuck.
Hey, Dice, make a Constitution saving throw against these antics.
Oh no.
Just to see if you can withhold at least a chuckle.
No. Are these antics actually taking place?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I'm
never mind.
sitting at the bar, I have like my side to
Would be funny though.
Probably just keeping an eye on the situation.
Yeah.
Would be funny though.
I'm gonna try not get directly
And then-
involved. If you end up killing him, I'm just gonna look.
They're not hard to
Well, he's not so much killing him, more like you're being let go, your profit's being downsized, we're getting rid of your position.
Involuntary
Nothing, nothing personal, kid. You're fired.
And,
You're fucking kidding.
no.
Guys,
Involuntary bankruptcy of your life.
Bro.
No. The best euphemism for being terminated. You've been promoted to customer.
I've seen that.
It's awful. That is the euphemism at Amazon.
Not going on a hard thing about it, but you do notice that like Carlos is pretty much keeping like an eye trained on the table. You see Carlos is doing the same thing you're doing.
Anyway.
I'm assuming Carlos sees me, and I'll just give him a nod.
So look, all I know is that I and my compatriots can't be specific. I can't go into specifics on that. We were scouting up in the northern regions, and we fell asleep out there, and we woke up. Well, I woke up. They were frozen to death. That's all I know. The reason why I'm here in specific is because I think I saw your daughter. Well, I saw someone walking down with a corpse and people going behind her. Well, people going behind them.
Yes.
You wouldn't specify your gender because I don't know.
Yes, I would know. I was one of them that was following.
I figured if anyone could help, they would.
Do not get me wrong. I do not think you are of evil nature. If that was the case, you would have done like the many others I've seen, brandished your weapon and started trying to wreak havoc. But
Of course, my worry is that they won't be able to. Is that the dear viewers won't be able to hear me. Let me know in post.
same here, actually.
Yeah.
Let me know if you can hear, or if you can hear my voice in editing.
Yeah. And becoming undead is not just it is not a process that just happened, I guess you could say.
Well, it happened. I certainly didn't bring it on.
Yes, not much I guess would be apparent. So then I believe I do not wish to send you back without knowing what caused your resurrection, that I still would need to stop the source. Here's what I will say. For now, I'll let you go, and you do not seem malicious. But I will be in contact with my goddess, as you say, and tomorrow I will see what to do with you, as according to her instructions. If she does deem you to be returned, I will be unable to handle it myself, but I will make sure a colleague of mine is able to do it in a much more harmless and humane, as humane of a way as we can. My aim is not to hurt you, my aim is only to set the order right.
Bong.
Go to horny jail.
Okay? Try not to hit a ball poking over here. I'm doing my damnedest. In most cases.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Oh, yes.
Back it up.
Boom.
Back it up. 10 scene.
Perhaps you could help.
How so? Grab my voice.
Yes.
Like I feel like I'm choking fucking rock right now.
Maybe you could.
You're just coming down from chugging a warhead spray and then putting down 2 warhead candies.
You're a madman!
No, it doesn't hurt. It's just I just don't.
He's being gravelly.
Yes.
That's not nearly as funny.
Who's please?
Yes.
How can I help?
Yes.
Maybe the voice for this guy should just be Bogan.
God, no.
Please don't. God, no. This is how you turn a very serious character into a fucking joke.
Anyway,
Murder hooves.
Maybe you can find out about my situation. Being such an old goddess has that knowledge.
I aim to.
Pray for me, Paladin.
I aim to.
Please.
I am more than just a normal paladin. I actually have a way to directly communicate without much fail. As you see, I've also made a pact with her for more power.
Holy God divine.
I don't know if I'd call it holy. Divine, probably accurate.
Well, pray for me, Paladin. Keep me posted. Find to be executed.
I will find you tomorrow to find out what is given.
I'll be around.
Understood.
And they just pick themselves up like yeah, basically like they're basically
you're a
like
fucking marionette without strings.
Yeah, basically like they were pulled up by
She's got no strings to hold her down.
Back to the gun stringer for 5 seconds. The ending of that game is the ending of that game is literally you cut your strings and you become that puppet, but without strings. Congrats, you're now the gun stringer. You're unintentionally playing right into a character I actually know.
Just throws a bottle at dice.
I said glass. I'm not hit with the glass.
Shut up.
Now, so you walk out and
stand up, go over to Inkai's. Thank you.
Anytime, undead.
You bag of bones.
And I go over, or I leave, and I go up to.
While you guys are inside. Hold on.
There's the door. Now, it's not technically breaking and entering because you didn't break anything.
So you're walking out? As you walk out, I say, good luck. You'll need it.
I know.
after just the dice kind of just.
Hear this? Go ahead. I mean,
You see something quick about.
Bed is going to be quick about this because he doesn't want
no time.
Yeah.
So
take the whole page. I don't want that half page of my notebook.
I'm using the half page for something else.
Oh, okay.
So,
I need that for later.
I'm still using that. So Ved pulls an item. Pulls out an item from his packs. No, his one pack. His Keyword's handy haversack. And
Yeah, the other one kind of has a hole in it.
It could be mended.
Could be mended, but it's just a regular sack.
It's just a regular bag. No colding or holding.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a repair. Yeah, I'm gonna need a replacement for that. Anyway, Ved looks around. Is anybody watching him?
Make a perception check.
Alright. Where's my D20? Not using the purple one. The purple one's been giving me terrible rolls this evening. And that's not much better, but it's the highest I've rolled all evening. 14.
There are people around, but they're not paying attention to you. They're just kind of mingling about their own business.
Is there an alley?
Yeah.
Beside,
Plenty. That's where Alara did her murders.
Yeah. Well,
Stabby stab.
he doesn't know that.
Well, Avada Kedavra.
He essentially goes around into an alley, and as he is walking, he casts a dimension door and appears inside like the first floor. Doesn't make a sound, but he takes a piece of paper that he has written on in this time, and sets the item down on the ground with the note on basically right beneath it.
I'll just leave this here. Bye.
And he leaves. Power kill.
This motherfucker.
And he dimension doors back out.
This motherfucker.
He's a trespasser.
This motherfucker flew 2 4th-level spell slots just to leave me a message. You could have slipped it underneath the door, for fuck's sake.
This is Ved you're
But
talking about.
He left an item as well.
You're lucky he didn't just
He
warp it
left
down
it-
his room.
He left an item as well.
Or are you sure
This is
Ved's
important.
lucky he didn't just warp into Anna's room?
This motherfucker.
He knows the building though.
Fair enough.
Oh, I don't deny it, but this ballsy No, not even this ballsy. This motherfucker.
Warps in, just red rum. Just ink guys.
Ved is still a virgin.
Whatever, where just murder. Red rum.
So you don't need to look at that until Anna would look at that.
Lynn looks at it.
No, she turned it over. And Ved when he dimension doors back, he dimensions doors back to where he would have been mid-stride and continues
This motherfucker.
walking along, just with that much swagger. Just
With that lizard folk swag.
Inconspicuous.
Hey, he's got boots of elven kind. He's doing this quietly. He is strolling by.
I want to raise my arm
It's
and
like he was never
punch
even
the
there.
table.
Smooth. I think table 1.
And then once he gets out on the other side of the alley, wherever that is, he casts fly on himself again and starts making a beeline for Inkai's house
Okay.
because he's got nowhere else to be.
Waste your spell slots.
What are the rest of you doing?
He doesn't imagine that he's going to be in any sort of combat. He's in town right now.
I imagine it's an hour out from sunset by now. That whole event took about a half hour to go through.
And it's starting to snow pretty heavily.
Dice is going to get up and
That's his third spell slot.
head out towards Ink Guys'. I imagine with Ink Guys actually, because Ink Guys is there too.
I'm
Kind of just following along. More or less, is kind of giving Ink Guys the rundown of. Yes, he's made a pact with the Raven Queen, the Shadowfell, and one of the conditions of one of her things is the natural order of life and death. And
the greater good.
And, resurrections, like ones done through like the wish or powerful resurrection spells, are cases of she's permitted them to do. This is one of the cases of this is not a normal resurrection spell. This does not look like the average one she would permit. He's wanting to find from her how he should proceed with this.
For all Peltier knows, they just forgot to die. He just forgot to die.
Oh, I'm making a wild stab here saying Raven.
How do you forget to die?
In fact,
I know.
If I'm taking a wild stab here, since there a
I don't know. I've forgotten.
I'm making a wild stab here. Yeah, I think I know how this is going to play out. I'm curious, but I'm pretty sure I know how it's going to go.
I'm glad you do.
Well, Ink Eyes just learned a thing or two. I wouldn't have taken a second look to think that he was undead. I would have thought he was some sort of weird outlander.
Yeah, no, he'd be like, how he'd be pointing out, like, how he was
with a big hat that I've never seen on anybody before. Maybe that's just the way that he walks, where he comes from.
Dice pretty much just is the movements were a death giveaway. Pardon the pun. I'm snacking nothing one of these times. And we're not taking you to the hospital.
Sure!
We're not going to take you to the hospital.
Larry, this is an intervention. You need to stop breaking people's necks. Why? Larry!
Again! At the 5th one today!
I have a hunger that only human hands can satisfy.
Carl!
I am very inclined to make a lizard folk.
Annoyingly, I desperately tried to avoid this, but they're kind of coming off, they're kind of sounding like Cad Bane from fucking Star Wars.
I don't know, I keep hearing, Bolt Bogan.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
It's Hulk Hogan's cousin, Hulk Hogan.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so what's going on?
So Dyson and guys are walking back. I imagine they would pass you and basically.
Ved is flying there. He has a flying speed.
Yeah, you don't pass Ved. Ved passes you.
The thing is, he is above the rooftops so that he can see his
Wait,
way.
I don't even notice him.
Let's fly.
Dice wouldn't even notice if he flew over. In case of he's too busy explaining, guys.
MTV Cribs.
Yes.
I mean, it's not every day that you see a person fluttering through the air.
Let alone a lizard man.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Let's float down to.
I mean, cane variety.
I mean, he is fully clothed, so that's not totally a problem, but
Fun days.
he's decent.
Alright.
Anyway.
So, we get in guys' place.
And Ved is standing there, and he
Frozen.
No.
I was frozen today!
Hey, here's the thing you're not considering. You are over the rooftops, flying.
Was.
That wind chill with no shelter. You are a
He's
lizard.
wearing robes.
Your turban ain't gonna do dick. It's meant for hot weather, not cold weather. You're a frozen dick.
Also, eyes.
Yeah, you're a frozen dixicle right now.
Turn around.
If you were a real lizard, you'd be.
Backpedal into the wind!
Yes.
Fucking Symphony of the Night, his ass.
Everybody looks up and just sees the 6
Jesus.
foot. Everyone looks up and sees a 6 foot tall iguana moonwalking in the air.
If I see where I have been, I know where I'm going.
Oh, my fucking brain hurts.
You do the Michael Jackson scream.
Ved smiles at you and he has like 1,000 bugs in his teeth.
No, he's eating those.
So that's
But
what
it's
that
cold.
crunch was.
But it's cold.
Protein.
It's cold. He wouldn't have all those bugs in his teeth.
Anyway,
He'd be hibernating. So Ved is like he's holding his head, and you're not sure why when you come up on him as he is there, and he's like almost relieved that you're there, and he's like,
yes. I wasn't sure whether or not to dimension door into your house. I didn't want to be impolite, but it's kind of cold out here.
what has that stopped you before, though?
You chose a good option, but
Knowing you, Ved, I don't think you'd steal anything.
No, that wasn't the point. I just didn't want to barge in.
Well, in the winter, feel free. So I don't know. I open the door.
Thanks.
Dice kicks open door. No.
No,
No.
you'll pay for that door.
Just summer
dimension door.
They're going to look around for
You
that.
go to walk at your front door and
They've actually seen that was-
What the fuck?
He's not where he was.
that's a spell
Well,
called
yeah,
Demi.
but I figured. In this weather,
Goes to walk through your front door, ends up in the Shadowfell. Wrong door. Beans.
Shut the front door.
Fucking 7 again.
plus,
The not so lucky number 7.
That dice belongs to Dice
plus
Jail.
one,
That's the average of my rolls.
So what was it?
today, 7.
plus one, so 8. But still,
Yeah, you search around for a little bit, no luck.
So, anyways, whenever we get in, I lock the door behind us, and
It's kind of cozy in here.
yes. How do you guys like it?
Is it? You see Dice kind of just before he walks away and just snow off head.
Well, to be completely honest, when I was out there looking at this house, I was honestly thinking to myself, I wanted to feel it on the inside.
One of the more swankier.
this when he just lays down and starts rolling on the floor. I feel it on the inside.
Go to Horny Jail. Bonk.
Hey, Closer is a song.
I'm feeling
Is a
it
song about
inside.
self-loathing.
Knights of the Nine at the round table all putting their swords next to the anti-horny bats. The
So-
bomb squad.
For the first time in a while, you see you guys take off his helmet, lay it down on the table, bring up a big bag.
Just, you're a cat?
You're a cat.
When you're a cat, you're a cat.
I should have told.
Meow. So,
I should have told Carlos to come.
You ever see that video of the cat with the really deep meow? Oh,
yeah, that one was pretty weird. But,
look it up, because cat has a deep meow.
Look at this cat.
That's cursed.
Looks like Grandma.
Mo.
Dropped it on my foot. It made her.
Shut up. So I take
You're tough enough.
the
You'll live.
You got scales.
You're
I
wearing
take it, I cut
sabatons.
open the bag, lift it up, all the gold is there, and I say, well, I split it up into equal parts and say, you get 333, you get 333, I get 334. Out of 1,000 gold pieces.
How about you donate the fourth one to charity?
I'll take the 1 gold piece and flick it at your head. Donate that to charity. Cold blood.
I refer.
You take half a point of cold damage. Gold damage.
Gold damage. That's funny.
Hold on, this is appropriate. I refer to testicles as wonkas because they're in between a willy and a chocolate factory.
I've seen that. Go die in a hole.
Don't hate me. Hate the Facebook group.
Ugh. That didn't even originate from Facebook.
Nothing goes over my head. I'm too fast.
I would catch.
I would catch it. But
Now that's what I call edgy.
and as we're sitting there after dividing up the gold, I say,
Thank you.
all right, that was for the contract we had just gotten done. Regardless of that, I had made contact with Iliaster earlier. In a week's time, we'll be going to the headquarters where we may talk of another contract. Not sure what the details are on this mission, but he needs our help again. And as I see it, we're pretty capable.
I do not argue against this, although I have one issue with this.
capable.
Did they say what they wanted in that ruin back there? Up on that mountain?
I wouldn't think twice about it. It was pretty dark.
No, I have, why they were there. Why the expedition.
To collect artifacts on an ancient civilization that had been lost through war.
Okay. I'm not going to lie. I find your employer, not necessarily your organization, but your employer quite dubious with that incident. It is possible it was just sheer coincidence they stumbled into that event.
They knew what they signed up for. No one had any idea
No
what
one
was
would have
in
known
there.
that they signed up for that.
They knew what they signed up for.
They signed the waiver.
But the point stands, though, is it's possible that ordeal was just circumstance, and they didn't know that they were going to walk in and do some cannibalistic nightmare on the mountain. But
Believe me, Iliaster was just as shocked as we were.
that's possible. I'm just giving you this heads up now for both your sake and mine. If they have ulterior motives, I highly push we stop them.
So what do we learn here, kids?
If they try to,
The Men in Black is evil.
in my experience,
Be prepared.
he is trying to use stuff to that degree as a source of power that cannot lead to good.
Look, Grail Knight, before you talk yourself into a hole, my friend recommended him, and I trust my friend, so if we go against them in any capacity, that'll be my shot to call.
I'm not arguing against this. I'm merely stating to keep your eyes up and don't be blinded by the gold.
I like gold.
I think we are in good hands. That is to say, our own hands. After all, if things start getting hairy for us, we don't need to stay on the mission necessarily.
It is possible.
Hey, we took down a whole aboleth before. Remember that, Ved?
Yes.
We're very capable people. If things go south, we'll handle it.
Just out of curiosity, I was told of the aboleth. How did you guys take it out?
Alara killed it.
Alara concocted a potion that
That did you just break your fucking hand?
Alara.
No, you didn't. That's literally just, I heard like the
sticking out. Fuck.
No, he just chipped a nail. Just chipped half of his nails. Thinking that they were his knuckles, but he chipped half
I'm wondering if that crack came over the microphone.
Probably did.
Probably, it's close enough. My knuckle cracking is quite loud.
I just heard a coughing in my brain. Oh, he's going to the hospital.
I feel terrible.
Now I crack my knuckles all of the time.
Jesus, man.
I'm double jointed to like my hands start feeling like actual pain if I don't crack them after a while.
Dice cast shatters the spot and glows face.
That's the somatic component.
We all.
And it's just the SpongeBob fingers.
No, they're all. Fuck. No, he just snaps his finger, loud crash and bang. We're all tinnitus now.
Now that's how you get tinnitus.
A little bit of tinnitus
Marcus,
never hurts anyone.
I don't Spartan.
Ved had been just like looking around your house, just like beholding the sheer majesty of it compared to like his like 2-room apartment or whatever it is.
You're not being employed by the Men in Black.
Yes.
You're not being bankrolled by the Illuminati Covenant.
Now,
By the Illuminati Cabal.
But
But Ed still has a question to answer.
yes. What was the question again?
How did you take down the Aboleth?
Oh yeah, Alera came up with a potion to turn essentially all of its surface and the water around it into crystals, and that would encase it, and it would still be breathing and kind of living inside the crystal to prevent it from dying and reforming somewhere and coming back eventually
He has no mouth and he must scream.
in hundreds of years or whatever. I didn't know that was even possible, or that it would even be possible for him to come back. But
As I understand it, she was your master and you were her apprentice.
yes,
Did she pass that knowledge on to you?
to make that sort of potion, no, I nowhere near that level.
A shame.
thanks to Alera, a lot of good things got done.
So look,
You make that sound like a bad thing.
Good to bad. Things change.
Yes.
So I've heard.
I've only been in her employ for what, a year or whatever.
It's been a little more than a year, yeah.
Yeah, you don't learn everything that quickly, and I am not.
And it started when you stumbled upon a potential robbery at her shop.
Yes, I'm not talking about that right now. It is. I am not a savant like she is, and so I still have much to learn, and perhaps not even have enough learned to even begin to fathom what it would take to get to her position in terms of alchemy. Not that I'm looking to necessarily pursue it in the long run. I have a much more finite life than elves do.
Quite.
He says darkly.
My days are numbered.
Quite, I can understand.
Listen, folk, don't listen. Listen, folk, don't live all that long.
I can understand.
This is 53 out of how many? 54.
Pretty bad.
Shit.
24.
But mission aside, the reason I brought you guys here is because since we need to wait a week for scrolls to come in and wait a week for our next mission, how about we have a little drink and kick it back a little bit?
One condition.
It's gotta be non-alcoholic.
I bring Carlos over as well.
The more the merrier.
I believe the man could use some R&R right now.
The more the merrier.
Didn't he quit drinking though? Shouldn't we respect that?
I doubt he will not be partaking to say the drinking end of it, but I'm sure some camaraderie and recreational time will serve him well.
And guys
Yes.
has that brief moment of remembrance like, oh yeah, that's right. Carlos doesn't drink.
Anymore.
Still shocked.
As far as you two go, you two can cut loose and I don't drink either, so I guess I will play the mother duckling or mother goose to you two.
Mother hen.
Mother goose.
You fucking donkey.
I know what I said.
You pulled a vet.
No, this is an intentional slip up on my end. This is
I
intentional.
said what I meant what I said.
Exactly.
Fucking raw.
Fucking raw.
Where's the lamb? Sauce?
So, as I'm assuming that as you're on your way to go get Carlos,
Yeah, dice
are
pretty
you-
much heads up to give you.
I'm just gonna fucking lay out alcohol on the table.
You decided to wait back at the We'll just do for the sake of
I figured I would go back to Tom and Joe's, the place where or the place that they were getting their thing at, and kind of just looking around for work.
At this time of night, nobody, even though it's only like 6:30, 7 o'clock, somewhere around there, nobody really has any kind of work. Everyone's actually just getting ready to hunker down because...
Well, I mean, picking up, like, because they're, for all intents and purposes, now a fucking merc.
There's a time and
So what kind of work were you looking for?
a time to twerk.
The idea was to find Eleaster.
Both of throwing it back.
Oh, he's not there.
That's what I was insinuating.
Well, he's not there.
Okay. At some point, Anna is going to be looking for Eleaster.
Have her make an investigation check.
Does she happen to find that item on the way?
She would be going down to
It would be pretty easy to notice. It's kind of sitting right there in the middle of the floor.
And you see a gauntlet. An enchanted gauntlet. It's a lot bigger, a lot longer than probably her arm is. And she can tell that it's probably magical because it's...
Was this the...
Yes.
Okay.
It is what you're thinking it is.
Okay.
After probably like 10, 15 minutes, Carlos and Dice come back. For sake of accurate roleplay here, Dice is pretty much just going to take a seat in the side of the wall with with just a thing of tea he brought from the bar, and he is now he will just mother hen at this point. Carlos will be the actual one who would actually enjoy partying. Now, here's the curious part.
How about a little drinky poo, Carlos?
No, laddie. And Carlos produces two things. He produces a small 3-pair handful of berries.
What are those?
Try one, laddie. That
Good berry.
I'll try it. Waft it.
Match.
Carlos has to do everything within to avoid using druid using druid crap to make it smell like a skunk. Every muscle in him is fighting for it now.
And he eats it.
It tastes like a very juicy, succulent berry, and then when you swallow it, just fills you up immediately, just like a good hearty meal for the day.
Okay.
Or,
Oh, that's pretty good.
but that was the question.
Yeah, find him, yeah.
Buddy, that's a really good berry.
Fucking one.
Really good berry.
Crit fail.
That does use to get
Carlos just... I can do this. You see Carlos kind of reach over, twiddle his hand a little bit. You notice magic, and you suddenly hear a little dog barking pop, over by the stairs.
Hop, hop.
Where'd you learn to do that?
Blinky, is that Blinky? No. Blinky! And I had to learn to do something with my free time now. And I am trying not to fight anymore. I
try all the time.
I took a hint from you, gesturing the bed, you and the late Talera, and started looking into magic. And I found the druid end of things seemed to fit my fancy pretty well. I already had kind of a knack for plants with brewing. I've done a couple of things. I also learned another one that'd be a fun party trick. He reaches into his bag of holding and produces the 25 feet of rope. And he makes a circle in your ground with it. Hey, make sure step back from here. I don't want to catch you guys in this without initial part. He does it, and as he connects the two, you notice a little bit of magic, and the rope's gone.
Grease.
What are you doing? Did you just step in?
I know what this is, you little shit.
What do you do? Step into it.
That takes a while to cast.
It takes a time to cast it.
It takes like a minute to do.
Yes.
A minute.
Yeah.
Well, you get to lay down to a circle. It's a big issue.
You're not going to send me back to that
No.
nightmare place, are you?
No. It's just going to be a good chuckle.
A good chuckle, huh?
It will be a funny meme.
Wait, where'd the rope go?
Step where the circle is.
Where'd the
find
rope
out.
go? The rope is gone. Why is the rope gone?
Where's the rope gone?
Should I?
Yes.
He steps gingerly, and does he just like fall forward or like?
I need a deck
It's
save.
yeah, it's like a snare.
I need a deck save.
I think I cast a spell.
Nat 20.
Fuck you.
Yep, hold on. Let me find out what it does.
Suck my dick,
I'm pretty sure I know
boy.
what it does, but I gotta confirm this.
See, I don't know what spell this is, so I can't stylize
I think it's called rope trick.
No, it's called snare. It's literally called snare.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
if it was rope trick, the rope would be on straight up into a hole.
Yes.
A magic hole into another dimension.
Yes. That's what I originally thought this was, but then I thought, oh yeah, he's a druid. This is something different.
Alright, so basically what happened is you noticed something getting ready to snatch your leg and hoist you up in the air. You managed to just get the F out of the circle in time to where all you basically just heard
Since you nat 20
and that was
this,
it.
may I stylize this?
Go for it. You can see you wrote it up and got off it real quick.
He immediately sees something like slithering toward him, and his jungle lizard folk instincts kick in, and he's like, "I grab Snake," and just he scoops it up like by the head, and it's like has this death grip on it.
Then it lifts you into the air still.
So you're now currently hanging by the roof.
No, it's just you're fucking
3 feet above the ground.
Your fucking jungle lizard brain is just like, I grab the snake by the head and fucking bite its head off.
Yeah, you're being 3 feet off the ground right now.
You trying to hang him, Carlos?
No, that goes around your foot. He apparently is more agile than initially thought. What the actual?
I thought that was a snake.
Monkey!
You know, that was...
Then,
Return unto monkey.
are you part fucking ape? And we did not know this. Monkey.
Is that an insult to my intelligence?
No, it is not. This is a remark on your reflexes and ape-like nature into catching a fucking rope within milliseconds.
What's a millisecond?
My question has been answered.
Can you let me go?
Let go. You're holding onto it.
Oh yeah.
Let go.
And you let go and just...
You can have Anna make another investigation check if you want.
My brain actually fucking hurts right now. And I can't cast any more spells of that nature. The only other one I've got now is... you see Carlos kind of just gesture to a thing.
Oh,
And
that's a Lara.
you see his arm reach back. And as it extends out, where you see basically a length of vine just extend into that of a whip and just crack at the stairs. That's the only other one I got at the minute. I've got a couple
Don't
others.
damage my stairs, you buffoon.
He didn't hit your stairs, it cracked it in the air above your stairs.
It takes you a little bit of wandering, asking around Tom and Joe's and seeing this really stiff son of a bitch.
I can also
But
speak
you
with
do
the
eventually
animals
find that
and
he
also
set up shop at a
entangle
nearby
them.
hotel.
Cool.
I try not to
Goes
really
in.
try.
I can turn myself into a big ape. You want to see? I cast disguise self to look like Carlos.
You are mocking me, aren't you?
Gonna need a cleric for that one.
Don't worry, I can make some ice for that man.
Oh, and don't worry, laddie. I can also do this. Cast another spell slot to do grease on his feet.
To match his fucking hair.
Ow, that's an Odie insult. That's an Odie.
What a goodie.
A dex check. What's your DC for grease? You
Well, if
know.
you don't move,
13.
well, if you don't
She
move,
goes.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
if you don't move, there's no chance you can.
He slips on grease.
I've been grease lightning. Grease lightning. I got a 12 on that roll.
So now there are two Carloses, one that is covered in grease and one that is not.
You just,
Oh, they're
you just
gonna
see
have to glue you back
just see
together.
O'Bane just everything in nature right now is the fight, but he is doing.
Now let's get to drinking, laddies, shall we?
Gotta get out of that fucking foam. Or you're gonna be taking my teeth off your teeth are my teeth. My fucking brain hurts.
I could just like.
So let's jump into this, shall we?
We're going to change scenes here back to Anna, who
Yes,
found
please.
where Ilyaster is.
Anna?
Yeah,
Oh, the late found.
Anna's looking for Ilyaster? Question marks?
yeah.
She needs to get paid.
Okay. I thought you fucking...
Yeah, she was a guy.
I thought you misread for a second.
No.
Okay.
Takes you a little bit, and you actually don't need to go to the room. You find him kind of like in the hotel, at the hotel bar. Just kind of enjoying a drink.
Me too.
Tap him on the shoulder.
Yes?
Hi.
Oh. Oh, I'm glad to see you well.
Let's talk upstairs.
Yes. Head upstairs to his room, which is more of a private suite, I guess you would say.
It sounds like an Oblivion conversation. It sounds like Oblivion dialogue.
Well, I was thinking Fallout New Vegas.
Let's talk upstairs.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
What flavor is it?
Old Balin is
Standard.
dead.
Oh, yes.
as you
You're about old.
enter the room, he heads in first. Holds the door open for you.
He goes in.
What's the door 5? Yeah.
I assume this is about the pay. I was going to let you mourn first. I just felt it was respectable. You understand?
Thanks.
Yes?
Yes, I do.
Too bad on my teeth.
I do want to extend my condolences. If that means anything.
Not particularly. Can I ask a stupid question?
Guess you can answer.
Yes?
Why didn't you tell us
What?
what was up there?
I didn't know.
Furthermore, why weren't we prepared?
Acts of nature, I suppose. The only way I can explain it.
Which things were freaks of nature? Monstrosity.
If you mean getting sealed in. As for the...
No, I mean, why didn't we have enough provisions to where we had to be in that position?
That would have been up to your team leader.
And why weren't they informed?
They were. They were told you would be headed to the north. They were told to pack warm and gather enough supplies to last possibly 2 weeks. If not longer.
I'm expected to believe that. Because we certainly didn't have the ration or have the provisions to do so.
Well, I can't say why he didn't.
I can't say why you allowed him to be, or why you allowed him.
To which I take full responsibility.
It's better. As for my pay,
I hadn't actually thought about this. This is me talking, not him.
Yes. Also, he has the blood of many people on his hands if he's taking full responsibility for it.
I thought Anna was going to try and kill him.
So did I.
Well,
Having the suspicion
she may.
that-
She still may.
Yeah, because for all she knows, Ilyaster could have sent us to kill her mom beforehand.
Who knows?
So we'll just say the pay you promised was 2,000 gold. You get an extra 500 as kind of an apology compensation sort of thing.
2,500 gold. Gotcha.
Yeah.
She checked to make sure that everything was valid.
And it is.
Bites into the gold. It's copper.
Bites into it. It's chocolate.
I was just thinking that.
Bites into it and cracks tooth. It's steel.
Bites into it and molds a little bit. It's actually gold. Holy fuck.
A good ending.
Bites into it and you lose your teeth. I don't know what that is.
It's fuel.
I just played it.
Tantalum.
Teeth.
Bites into it.
It's indium.
Titanium.
No,
It's indium.
no, it bites into it. It's uranium fever.
Drinks it. It's iodine.
She makes sure that everything's kosher, puts it back on her person. Thank you.
Bites into it. It's nitroglycerin.
He just gives a
It's
nod because
manganese
he
heptoxide.
doesn't know what else he can say.
What else does it say? But delete this.
Is the door closed, by the way?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God!
Uh-oh.
Bad things are happening.
Fireball. Magic missile.
But she starts to... I have a character sheet for this guy.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I've been prepared.
I have.
I'm prepared for this contingency. She starts to walk away to get a bit of distance. That is to say, 10 feet.
Oh God.
Calls her weapon, and turns around to do something to
Clean.
to cleft him in twain.
Make an attack roll.
That's the infinitive.
I've been a police. I've known you for 5 years, and I've been a police for 10. I know the look of someone who's ready to commit murder.
Murder.
That's all I can think right now. Is
Modified 19. Or, yes,
and then this
just
job for
19.
15 years. I know the look of someone who's ready to commit murder.
I've been drinking a lot of
What he
Red Rum.
does, you've seen your mom do. Shield.
Fucking shoot.
I can fucking.
Damn it! I don't have 3rd level spells.
Nope.
Can't counterspell this fucker.
Corrupt.
Damn it! I'm so impotent as a warrior, as a fighter. Damn it!
Imagine how Ema Nim felt after he couldn't cast
How who?
Ema Nim.
My name.
Backwards.
Oh.
He's a hobgoblin.
Second attack.
couldn't
When I hit it
cast.
because it was modified 13.
Ema Nim.
Yeah, I want to hit.
Fighter. Well, it's a 13
Ema
plus.
Nim.
But yeah,
Minami.
I need
No.
to make.
Ema
I need to check
Nim.
something.
It's
Power of Eldritch Knights.
No. Just trying to remember how many extra attacks they can get.
At 11th, I think 3.
Yes. Correction.
So I'll let you all have action surge to get a couple extra whacks in.
Yep, that's the plan.
I thought it'd be
17. So no. Action surge.
Okay.
3 more.
Fucking do it again. Nope.
Oops.
Just nope. Nope.
Oh God.
She fucking just Trendemir's just engage spin.
Swap, swap. My awful copter goes swap, 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 swap.
Myname. Ema Nim is my name backwards.
Min.
Ema Nim. Sorry, the N is backwards, but when I wrote it. No, it's not. It's not.
So
Ema.
Min aim.
Ema Nim.
Miname.
No. It's M-Y. That's my N-A-M-E. My name backwards.
I'm gonna hit you so fucking hard, man.
See, the thing is, that was literally how I came up with his name. Was Ema Nim. I was like, I can't come up with a character name, so I'm just gonna use my name backwards.
I mean, it worked.
It worked, yes, and he's a hobgoblin, so
Oh wait, shit. Polar Master.
what is even goblin language?
Hold on, let me check something real quick.
Oh boy.
Your name backwards on a character would be Laynad.
Yes. Dear Laynad.
I think mine would be Sukram.
Sus.
Sus.
Actually, it would be, if it's the German IE, it would be Lee. Leonard. Yes. Dear Leonard. Because it's read backwards.
Alfred. Berlin.
Alfredo.
Adolf.
Adolf
Hans.
Dribbler.
Okay. Never mind.
Sus.
Joseph
Alfredo. Sus.
Joseph Sussin.
Benito Swagolini.
What?
That's it.
Bilbo Swagger.
They make 6 attacks. They all whiff.
Okay.
Damn. Beyblade.
Again, why do you think I hate playing fighter?
I'm so fucking angry.
That's all you get.
That's
You still have bonus action.
Yeah.
You don't do anything with your bonus action?
I can try and hit him again with it.
You could cast a
How
spell.
though?
Polar Master. I can hit with the back. I can basically hit with the back of it and it does a D4.
Bonus.
Yeah, stupid.
The world. As well.
Nope.
Jesus. How can Seth shield to the bitch?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a +5 to his AC.
Plus 5 to AC, plus whatever he might have been wearing. You know. Plate mail plus shield is
Oh, you know, pony.
Yeah, and with the armor that I'm wearing, I think my AC is 22.
yes, is a lot.
Alright, so what else? What?
That's it.
Okay.
She swung at you 7 times and missed.
Well,
In that, then I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god.
I would imagine it would. I would imagine a number of times it just like banged against the shield. More often,
probably, yeah.
more often than say like she's
Con
whiffing
save?
each
Yeah.
time. Like he's ducking underneath. her, she's hitting the armor or whatever.
16 plus 9, so 25.
That is a success, so you're only going to take half of this damage.
Of what spell?
Uh,
A spell.
actually, if,
We'll just-
if anyone has 3 more DA I can borrow.
Gotcha, G.
Is this blight?
No.
So here's 1d8. Making me.
I got 2 more.
I've got 2 right here.
I got them right in my hand. Right in my hand.
I've got dice for days. And dice for a day.
Will you bite the hand that sees you?
What kind of
Yes.
Eldridge idea was
I
that?
would bite the hell.
Okay, so you're only going to take half damage, but you're not getting pulled anywhere, as he casts a spell called Gravity Fisher.
Oh, gravity time. Gravity flowers.
Gravity stands up.
Will the true gravity please stand up?
Oh god,
You just start lifting into the air.
So you're only taking 16 points of force damage, as you feel some gravity just trying to, like gravity is
Ripping.
changed, and you're
Tearing.
trying to pull you back, but you manage to hold your ground.
I always knew you had it in you, kid.
That'd be a bad thing if that were a priest.
You kind of goofed that there, Kenny. Yes, that one's mine. And then these 2 are yours. I'm missing one more.
That's not mine.
And...
This one ain't mine.
Oh, shiza. The way the light hit it made it look orange,
Yeah.
not red.
So
Bad lighting.
it's about all that he can do.
Cool. Wow. Cool. Wahoo. Let's do it again.
I'm kind of hoping this spills out into the street so I can, like...
We're on like the 2nd floor.
I know, I'm kind of like hoping this gets...
Whiff.
Oh, that's a big...
Crit fail.
Snatch polearm.
Spurring over, but yeah. Modified 20. That's the highest she's gotten.
I can do shield again, right?
It's once per round.
Yes.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Yeah, you have a reaction.
Is that a cantrip or something?
No, it's a first level
spell that
spell.
can be used as a reaction.
It's a really cheap spell.
Offhand, whiff.
Interesting. What happens when you use a 2nd level spell slot or a 3rd level?
Nothing
spell slot?
different.
Nothing, because it doesn't have any provisions for it to be upscaled.
Uh,
Like, it can only be, like, if it says if you cast this at a higher level, that's the only thing. Like you can cast it at second level, but that's basically only if you run out of first level spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
The general rule: use it on first, and if you bleed out of first, only use it on
Okay, was
higher
that it,
than
or-
two.
Yeah, she can only attack 4 times.
Only?
Only.
Okay, make a dex save.
Monk looks at you in disgust at 5th level 4 strikes.
Whiffs. 2, 3, 5 total.
Yeah, no.
Anna just gets ripped to shreds. The thing is, we haven't even had a funeral for Alara yet.
No.
Mother and daughter buried side by side.
This is how it happens, folks.
Yep.
I
This
was
how
there when it
This is how
happened,
Liberty dies.
and so I guess.
Like that, I'm hoping it spills onto the streets because the Dice and Carlos realize what's going on. Dice is going to restrain Aliaster, and Carlos is going to restrain
We're
Anna.
having a party. There's no way we'd notice.
Probably.
Yes, and we're too far away. Like,
I don't know, if there's a big explosion out in the street there in front of the house, I imagine it would rock enough for Dice to take notice and say something, because he's not partying. He's off to the side watching antics, making sure no one make sure you two don't get so hammered that you gotta do something.
He is casting Disintegrate,
Oh,
and you're taking 75 points of force damage.
holy fuck.
Anna's
75.
dead.
No, she isn't.
no.
How the fuck?
She has 119.
She's actually triple digits. I'm shocked. Now she's a fighter.
She's a fighter with 20 health, and I don't think I've actually rolled her
Level up.
in a couple days or for a couple levels. So fuck it, I might as well do that now.
I said, what level did you have her at?
Last time I have her health marked at, she was at 9d10.
I guess you weren't
So I'm gonna
kidding
roll
when you
two
said don't mess around with the Aster.
1.
What?
So reroll.
I said, I guess you weren't messing around when you said don't mess with Billy Aster.
6,
Yeah.
Boyd knows gravity magic, which is dope.
10, 20.
And that's all gone now.
Well, give me a sec. Excuse me. Sorry, make that 139.
Jesus Christ, I cannot find this post. It's an.
Did I ever read Bed's note?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
I'm curious to see what it said.
Me too, honestly.
Yeah.
How much? 75?
Yeah.
Will you bite the hand that feeds you?
Yes,
Will you stay
Okay.
down on your knees?
yes.
Sauce.
Sauce.
That's it for him.
Cool.
Will you stay down on your knees?
Yes.
Just Plankton screaming in the back.
Yes!
Come to Papa. Yes.
She closes in and tries to grapple him.
Okay.
Good idea.
Fuck this caster bullshit.
Feel this.
Athletics on my end?
Sure.
16.
Here, taste my fist.
You got him with an 11.
Cool. Can I do something? Can I try it like this? She just fucking charges at him pell-mell and tries to strangle him.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Problem with D&D suffocation.
I'm aware.
Absolute ass.
I'm aware.
Yes. And even then, each turn you're going to be trying to maintain the grapple on him.
I didn't
Just-
know you could suffocate.
Pokes one in the chest. Fucking 5th level magic missile to the gut.
Except,
5 check.
except the damage doesn't care whether it's point blank or not.
Oh no, but still just.
Guaranteed a hit.
Yes, but it's guaranteed to hit regardless.
Guaranteed a hit or your money back.
Anyway, what are you doing?
That's it.
Oh, he's restrained.
So how do you have him?
I'm basically.
You can attack him while he's grappled, though.
I can. Yeah, I'm basically just on top of him, hands around his throat.
Okay, the only thing he can do is try to break out.
Unless he knows.
And she's basically sitting on the poor bastard.
And have a thought.
You knocked him down.
Take a wand, slam like into their body, tip of it, so it's actually in their chest. Fireball at point of thing, so basically fireball inside of them. Oh god.
Depending.
The thing is, the fireball doesn't actually explode out. It's like flames appear. That's the whole point of evocation, is that you're making elements like
I know.
appear where.
Well, why don't you make an athletics check to try to hold him down while
center of their body
he
inside
try to
of
get
them.
out?
That means the flame would also be inside of them as well, instead of just on the outside. So you basically just
24.
hook them inside
Yeah,
and
you
out.
still hold him.
Hey, Dan, can you put this on that pizza box pile?
That's all he can
There's no
do.
pizza in them,
Pretty sure. He's been producing a casting focus, hasn't he?
None that you've seen.
No, Dan, right there.
right here.
Oh,
These are
Okay,
mine.
he doesn't
that's
have
right,
a wand
you're
or
taking
anything
those
on him.
home.
None that you've seen.
Throw it away.
or forward.
Get out of here.
Can we say please?
She's just gonna fucking try and beat this man to death with one hand, or just with one hand on his
Yes, you
throat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
motherfucker.
you're holding him, so you would have advantage.
Yes.
And can't even pull your blade because it's a pole arm.
And he's not going to be able to shield this one.
Yes, he is restrained. He can't perform somatic
Shield
components.
this bullshit.
He should have taken conjuration spells. Or he could get away. Dimension door away.
These would just
requires a
be.
verbal component.
Oh, these would be plus 6. Why the fuck haven't I been? I'm an idiot.
Yes, you are. Why though?
Because I've only been adding her strength modifier.
You fucking.
I haven't been adding.
Pro.
Yeah, their proficiency. So some of those hit. At least 2 of those hit.
Out of how many?
Like, out of like 10.
Yes.
Out of the 10 hits she
Okay.
Yeah, out of like 10, at least 2 would have hit because 2 were like 19s before that. I'm a fucking idiot. Anywho, that would have
His
been.
base AC is 18.
Yeah, plus 5 would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23. Yeah, it would have.
Even if he would have been able to use shield, you still would have hit.
Yeah. I'll just roll 2d10.
Yeah.
That's the 6.
I really hope I find this post. You need to see this.
4.
Image. I need to recover
7
this
plus 6, so 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then it's a 12 plus 6, so 18 flat.
That hits.
Mm-hmm.
For a d4, is it just her strength mod for punching?
It's a D4 plus strength mod, I believe.
Well, that's for monks.
Well, no, monks use martial arts die. We use different die.
No, I defer that up to you because
Monks go by dex. So
I think normally it's just like like 1 plus your strength.
Yes,
Yeah.
for an unarmed strike.
So in that case, it'd just be 3. But if you're wanting me to roll a d4,
we'll just stick with that.
okay. So it's 3 points each time. Again,
Deck.
another 13 plus 6.
Yeah.
Crit. So 2. Fucking 5 damage. Just slugging him in the face.
He doesn't know any spells that only require verbal components.
We're getting there.
Well, then it'd be kind of hard to talk when someone's strangling you.
Yes.
Yeah, but
And
you can
basically putting their fucking
Yeah, but you
entire
can still
body
make
weight
mouth
on you.
movements.
you can still kind of squeak some things out.
Yes.
But would that be sufficient to get that out? Especially
Depends
in
on the
a-
roll of the die.
Yes, it
yeah.
depends on the DM too. Like,
Yeah, but the thing is this
if
is
you
a
are
character
bound and gagged, I would say that your character is incapable of performing.
Yeah,
verbal
but that's
components.
actually having something over your mouth. Yours just
Yes, but you can still phonate. Like, you could make the argument, oh, since you can still phonate,
so he can still be there like fuck you.
making a verbal component, but that's not what I'm getting
Anyway,
at.
what are you doing, or is that it?
That's it. She can only attack 3 times.
Okay,
with
I'm
this.
going to roll a d20, see if he'll be able to actually say this.
God, please. Choking me.
It'll be very squeaky, but you do.
What are they? What race are they?
He's a half elf.
Okay.
I know I said high elf earlier, but I was wrong.
I couldn't tell.
It's very squeaky because you're kind of you are holding him.
Because I'm putting my entire weight on.
But he does manage to squeeze out a few words. And what language does Zana speak again?
Probably
Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Yeah, this is a language you don't understand.
So Draconic or somewhat.
You're gonna fucking hate me for this.
Uh-oh.
It's power word kill.
Uh-oh.
You cocksucker.
Abracadabra.
This guy's like a 17th level caster.
You no longer have triple digits, do you?
Well, I could do
Counterspell you can't because you
no, I can't do that, but I can do fucking fuck, what is it?
I don't know. What is it?
Oh, shit. It would have been plus 20. So yeah, it would be double digits. Or it would be triple digits.
Fuck.
Because I'd be at 139, Oh wait, no, that's how much...
Where are you right now?
Sorry, that's how much damage she took.
Where are you right
I'm
now?
at 91, so yeah, she's dead. She's murked.
Yeah.
You don't have any... Wait.
Yeah.
What did you...
I took 91 damage total.
I don't... Alright, 91 damage total.
Yes.
Oh, actually, you count...
Yes,
you don't count down like I
She
did.
took a full disintegrate spell. 2 things. Average damage
I
for that is
misunderstood.
like
You said 91, I'm thinking 91.
Yeah, I took... Yeah, I misunderstood because I normally do it that way. I normally do takedown.
Yeah, you basically just...
Yeah, she's murked.
So
she's fucking dead.
As you're holding him and punching him and beating him, he managed to squeak out a few words in a language you don't understand.
And at that point...
All of a sudden...
Dead weight.
All of a sudden, Anna suddenly feels her chest tighten as her heart stops. Becomes hard to breathe, and a few seconds later, everything goes black.
And she just fucking...
And she just collapses right on top of him.
In full plate mail.
My lungs. He's there and say this to the dead body. 2 things. 1, you're heavy.
Must have had the plate mail.
2, I'm
Fuck you,
sorry you left me no choice. Now 3, get off.
Give me an athletics check, caster.
With disadvantage.
He's restrained.
Yeah, that's going to be a 3. Nope. He's not moving for a bit.
Fuck you, Normie.
He's not moving for a bit.
But he's at least able to breathe again.
But now you guys see why I said, don't fuck with this guy. He will end you.
Power kill the hell of a drug.
This fucker's a 17th level caster.
At least.
He's
the head of the SCP Foundation. He has to be.
Yes.
05 Council. Nothing to fuck around with.
At least the SCP Foundation is somewhat of a meritocracy. It's not like milquetoast.
So, we're going to cut away from that scene back to you guys. You have no idea any of that just happened.
Carlos is pretty much just trying to enjoy the antics without the alcohol.
Yeah, and I'm impersonating him, looking exactly like him, just laughing at him.
Oh, no, because the thing with Carlos did tell you, if you didn't stop doing it, you're going to knock your teeth out. And have you stopped doing it?
Yeah, I've stopped doing it.
Okay, because if not, that
No,
rolls
How fun it is.
Now I'm just laughing at you like ink eyes. Now you're Carlos Bass covered in grease.
Greasy ass motherfucker.
That's a joke.
The hotel staff will find them in the morning. She came at me with a chainsaw.
I mean, she has a fucking enchanted halberd.
Oh, no, see.
Fucking wizard girl with a goddamn 17th level caster. What class is he?
Wizard.
Of course he's a fucking wizard.
Okay.
Like a blizzard.
As you continue to mock,
I'll probably have to rebuild him
Carlos,
because I tried to make
Dice
an
stands up
abjuration
and walks
wizard.
over.
Holy.
And
I
he
can
pulls
tell you
out
how to
the
make a
dagger,
fucking
and he holds it out to you,
I've never made a wizard before.
and also holds out his hand.
That baffles me.
I've never made a wizard before.
I'll show you the cool part.
The only other caster that I've ever made was a warlock.
Wait, what?
Baffles me.
Why?
You had a ranger.
You played
I'm not
played
gonna
more
cut
more
you.
than I have. Or you played
Cut
D&D more
me.
than I have.
Cut you.
cut my hand.
The only other pseudo casters that I've
Why
played
don't
have
you
been
just
a
play,
ranger
like,
and a monk
five-finger
bard.
fillet or something?
That surprises
Alright,
me.
fine, I'll do it this way. Though it's not as fun.
In my first two classes were
so
rogue fighter.
he basically flips the knife over,
that doesn't-
holds hand out in front of you. He takes the knife, slashes the cross. I'm gonna blow the reaction to hellish rebuke.
But you're gonna
Of a
use
fire.
But you're
Oh,
gonna
God.
use. But you're
Wait,
gonna use it on yourself.
Who's doing hellish rebuke? What? And
I
why?
aimed a hand at him and went,
It's to the person that deals damage to you.
I know.
He's going to burn himself.
Yes, you're gonna
He
fucking
doesn't
him up
care.
yourself.
You're going to corrupt.
Why are you doing this? I missed.
Dice is doing it more just a fun party.
He's having fun.
Oh, I missed.
I don't suppose I can.
That
find
looked like
this.
it hurt.
I can find the antics.
It only hurt
Not
because I was the one who did it. I was
I'll
like,
drink
you
to
two
that.
do it because it hurts you too.
Hey guys, you hear a knock on the door.
Oh, hold on, guys. Open up.
I'll drink to that.
It's
Stone face. Look.
Wait, the undead?
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's the undead Anna.
See, it turns out Ilias was actually a necromancer, and now she's out there doing the Thriller dance for you.
They cast
We can't have
Dance
Michael
in
Jackson
Macabre.
going around.
That's essentially that spell.
What are you doing here? And furthermore, how did you find me?
I told you I'd find them sick folk.
Come
I'll
on
drink
in.
to that.
Come on in, I guess.
They step in.
And Dice's head like an owl. And that, no.
You want to go to a book club? Sure.
We were just having some drinks.
Fancy meeting you here.
I suppose so.
And like that, Carlos.
By the way, Peltier, right?
Yes.
Outfit is now has a good half inch of snow on it because the snow out there is coming down a lot harder than it was an hour ago.
And just as the air grows tense, all you see is a thorn, which should basically be a vine, just come out and crack Dice in the back of the head.
Good on you.
And to Carlos, he looks and Carlos just says, "Chair."
You sit?
No, not you. Just Dice. Chair. And Dice.
Oh, as in he goes to sit at a chair.
And Dice just chair.
Let me get some of that snow off of you. And then
Fed does some hand movements, and all of the snow just like
Prestidigitation, son.
shape water.
Shape water, but basically.
That's not.
I know exactly what to do. Carlos just walks over, takes some snow.
Snowball fight.
Attack roll against ink guys with snowball.
Oh, God. We're going to have to roll high.
I roll good.
Also,
you
any
rolled
chance
well.
I'm immune to cold damage?
Captain, that would be a 19 to hit.
We just have to make you a hollow one, right?
Yes.
The fuck is your AC?
I don't believe so. I'll have to
that's
double
right,
check
Matt.
No, it doesn't
Yeah,
normally
so Carlos just whips and
No, it does not.
And-
But I just figured, given the circumstance of death.
Don't throw snow in my house, Carlos.
Undead normally. I don't
No.
know. I've never dealt with an
Carlos,
undead
no.
player before.
Carlos. You're in my house. Stop throwing snow.
Carlos just takes a step toward you in bed. Step toward you in bed. Grapple check on bed. Better. That cannot be accurate. No, that is not. No, it is accurate. My shit is ass. 18.
You know what? I think just for the sake of it, just for flavor, we'll say that you at least have resistance to cold.
What is your acrobatics check?
Fair enough.
14.
I have you on grapple. Now attack roll with advantage against you.
wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Carlos. Come on, Carlos.
Carlos!
Kool-Aid.
Stop! That's a 24.
Yeah, well, what are you doing?
I grab your shoulder and just snow snap.
Basically, like a pie to the face, but snowball.
Carlos!
I let it go. I let my hand go just short so it doesn't connect with hand because I break it flipping snout.
I just rub my fucking eyes.
And that's how you make a pug.
Ved opens his mouth,
Okay. Fuck.
and the entire snowball and your hand go into his mouth.
No, I stopped my hand short of your snout.
Okay,
So
the
only-
snowball goes into his mouth.
What time do you have to be home?
It's 2:15.
Yes, I need to be home.
3.
Yeah.
So we gotta wrapping up here.
Well,
like
this is a good stopping point.
Yeah, so just pretty much snow antics pursue with Carlos. He just
Yeah, this is a pretty good stopping point.
Yeah, Snow Antics Pursue. You'll probably hear about that in the morning.
a murder.
Murder most appropriate.
A murder, most.
At one point, Carlos probably chucks a snowball toward your guy,
They just fucking take it. Just poof.
and Carlos just liven up, laddie. Or unlighted.
They laugh. Just.
As much as an unfair can laugh, I suppose.
And it's a fucking evil laugh. Like this sound.
And Dice is over in the corner, just in the name of God, dun, 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 dun. In the name of God, dun, 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 dun.
Funny
One
words
last
for someone
detail.
with a heart
I
still beating.
imagine night breaks, we all go our separate ways at some point or the other. Because Dice and Carlos Fairmont are going to head back.
He got there at around probably, we'll say 7:30.
I'm
So
assuming
it's
he's
well
here for
into
a
the night.
reason.
So it's pretty dark now.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's here for a reason, so let's just end it here and deal with why they're here whenever we get back to it.
Okay. Then I need to remember just next session, whenever we end off on this point, they go separate ways. I need to. Dice is going to pray and contact Raven Queen. That means of.
May I have my note?
And make sure,
if you're done using it.
make sure
In the name of God.
that when you guys do show up, you're at level 12.
Oh, fuck yeah, buddy.
Oh,
Do you mind I roll for my HP?
Sure, go ahead.
Right here, right now?
You know what this means, right? That is like
That was a 1.
You know the deal.
Let's make a deal. Oh, that's a 4. That's a lot better.
Remember that time you rolled like 6 ones in a row?
Yes, I do remember that. It was statistically improbable.
My name is Jim Apple.
And I don't like apples.
Jim Apple. Jim Apple.
John Madden.
John Madden.
So as they're doing that, we'll pick up here in 2 weeks.
94.
Ta-ta!
Dude, every time I hear